HomeBistro.com. Freshly prepared, home-delivered, restaurant-quality gourmet meals delivered straight to your home. Choose from over 50-plus gourmet meal options cooked by world-class chefs and delivered frozen, ready to eat within minutes and no commitment. Welcome to the one-shop gourmet food delivery, specializing in affordable options to eat right and feel great. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Every ingredient is handpicked to the highest standard. And why you should buy from HomeBistro.com? Restaurant quality, made with natural ingredients, delivered right to your door. Overnight shopping is available. Diabetic, paleo, heart health, and vegetarian options to eat. Doing business since 1999. Courteous, knowledgeable, and professional support. Complete PCI compliant SSL security ordering, and great meals. Choose from some of my favorite dishes: the Mediterranean chicken with orange honey sauce, the charbroiled chicken romesco, or the grilled chicken breast with sweet and spicy vegetables. No matter what you choose, you can't lose with HomeBistro.com. Eat great, feel good, and save some money with HomeBistro.com. Hit the link in the description section below for more information. Located in Henderson, Nevada, bulksupplements.com supplies over 400 pure nutritional supplements, ingredients to hundreds of thousands of consumers and manufacturers. All of their products are available from grams to metric tons through their online store at bulksupplements.com. Orders received 4 noon Pacific Standard Time shipped the same day. Their FDA registered CGMP manufactured and distributing facility has a staff over 60 full-time employees that take pride in providing excellent customer service and producing quality products for their customers. The wellness of the community is of the utmost importance to Bulk Supplements. It's dedicated to maintaining all health code and government regulation. Each supplement is tested in their in-house laboratory before distribution, ensuring that all products are safe for consumption. For any additional testing, they utilize reputable and vetted US-based independent labs. Customer service is available 7 days a week from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time through live chat, phone, and email. Bulk Supplements products are produced in an FDA registered and inspected manufacturing facility. So if you want quality supplements at a quality price, Bulk Supplements is the company for you. Bulk Supplements, clean and pure bulk supplements. Check the link in the description section below for more information. TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Who That family, check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the Pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation? Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
We got you, Coach. Go ahead, you guys.
Yes, sir.
Coach, I wanted to ask you if you felt that there was a correlation between the depth you guys have built this year and sort of the culture you've established as a program.
If there's a correlation, I mean,
yeah, in terms of maybe guys wanting to come and play here, or the general attitude they have, how you target guys, that sort of thing.
Yeah, look, I think it's something you pay attention to, daily as an organization. I don't think you ever take it for granted. I think it takes work. I think it's constantly a work in progress. And in the off season, when we're signing a free agent or drafting a player, it's one of the questions that's always asked is, what type of teammate will he be, and how will he fit into our locker room? And so you kind of tend to it on a daily basis, I think.
Sean, some of the other coaches y'all have faced have just kind of referenced Dennis Allen pushing the right buttons with that defense. And I was just curious what you thought his role is and how they're playing right now.
Listen, I think, I've known Dennis for a long time. He was on our original staff in 06. He's smart. He's detailed. He works at it. His staff, those guys have all, the thing that's most pleasing is to see the progress from week one to where we're at now. And I'm glad I have him. I'm glad we have him.
Coach, what challenges does Jalen Hurts pose for the Saints defense?
Well, look, number one, his mobility, his ability to run. There's the dual threat. There's a little bit of that unknown. He's got a really good arm. He can throw the ball down the field. And so sometimes, maybe a little bit like Taysom, there's some off-schedule plays that you don't necessarily get a chance to simulate. But if it breaks down and he's outside the pocket, he's someone that can beat you with his feet and his arm. So, I think those are the things that come to mind right away.
Sean, run blocking for wide receivers isn't, I guess, necessarily like probably something they all like dream of doing, right, when they get in the NFL. Do you have to like identify that trait in a guy like with Traquan especially, and just seems like he just approaches that with some eagerness?
Well, I think there's some carryover. Corners need to be able to tackle, receivers need to be able to block. Certainly there are better blocking receivers. With each team we play, there's certain receivers that are called upon to do more of the work, and yet it's hard to run the football at an explosive level if you're not at some point being able to block the safeties and the safety force patterns. So I think in our league, that's real important.
And then Tehran's been back at practice. James Hurst seems like he did a pretty good job filling in, but what does Tehran bring to the team when he's out there healthy playing? Yeah,
look, it's good to have him back. And I'm glad we've got that flexibility because it's been maybe sometimes a tackle, sometimes a guard, and I think that you don't take that for granted, because there's been seasons where, man, you're required to chip, and I think that it's good having him back though.
Sean, what kind of progress is Zach Bond making just throughout the season?
He's doing well. His role in special teams has increased. Obviously, he's getting snaps in our base defensive packages. He's a good football player, and I'm glad we have him. So, a lot of it sometimes is opponent driven, how much he's on the field in defense, based on our packages. And then I'm pleased with how he's playing in the kicking game.
From an offensive perspective, when you're looking at a defense that can play different linebackers in base, and then they got their nickel linebackers, what challenges does that create? Challenges just trying to identify who's out there?
No, look, every week when we play, we see teams that have their base package, and let's just say that's 3 linebackers, and that's sometimes dictated but by what we're in. And then if we get into a receiver heavy set, a lot of times we'll get a nickel, possibly even a dime defense. So when we game plan, I think you kind of understand, generally speaking, this is not always, but one linebacker comes off, and then a DB comes in, a nickel or a buffalo. So you see that on film. I think the challenges sometimes are the defenses that, we saw this in Denver, where you might get base to your 3 receiver sets. And so that presents some challenges. But I think from an ID standpoint, the quarterbacks, the offense gets used to understanding, what personnel groups are going to see their base defense, what personnel groups are going to see their nickel or dime packages. And each week there can be some nuances there.
Who that to the Black and Gold family in the live stream. Big ups to the family. Appreciate y'all for joining us for this installment of the Sports Coma. Much love to the beautiful Black and Gold family chiming in this thing. Big ups to the family. Much love to you guys, and welcome to the Sports Coma. Representing, this is our Friday show. And man, listen, man, it's going to be a slam-packed, jam-packed show. As Coach Payton opens up the broadcast, the Friday broadcast, much love to the beautiful Black and Gold family members chiming in this thing as we get going. Week 14, Saints versus the Eagles preview and more, as it's titled. Big ups to the Black and Gold family members. Please hit the like button. And like I'm traditionally saying for some time now, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q, and you're the Great Saint Think Tank, the greatest and best of the Black and Gold nation throughout the Saints hemisphere. We representing this thing. We are in the building. Friday's in the building. Another fantastic week has passed us. It is Friday yet again. These weeks are running through. And of course, later on tonight on our Pelican Post-Game Report channel, we'll have the Pelican Post-Game Report with my key contributor, DC, chiming in that thing. We'll do that later on tonight. But big ups to the rest of the family. Welcome to the stream. Roll call for all the family members. First in the chat, Joseph Thomas, who that to you? DJ Phil Code 79, who that to you? GM Kev, who that to you? Charles Winston, who that to you? Troll Blewett, who that to you? Kai the Great 84, who that to you? Jerry Paul Jr., who that to you? Troll Blewett, who that to you? Let's see who else we got there. Torrey Shepard Sr., who that to you? Damone Horton, who that to you? Travis 504, who that to you? Dr. Key, who that to you? Dave Kemp, who that to you? Tyrese Stewart, last Saint in the building, who that to you? Big ups to the family. Charles Winston, who that to you as well? Big ups to all the family members chiming in this thing. Slim Jim, who that to you? Slim Jim, who that to you? Welcome to the live stream, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Like I said, if we got any new Black and Gold family members, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and welcome to the stream, man. As I give all the family members shout out. That's just what we do here out of respect and admiration for the Great Saint Think Tank. You heard me? Before anything gets done, I do my roll call and represent the Great Saint Think Tank and the Who Dat Nation. Let me tell you something, because that's how it's supposed to be. All right, big ups to the rest of the family members as well. Much love to you. and everybody. Gus Bob, what's up, Gus Bob? Who that to you, my friend? Thank you for being here as well. He says, how about them Saints this weekend? I want to see a good defensive performance. I think you will, Gus Bob. Who that to you, my friend, and welcome to the live stream. Patrick Washington Jr., who that? What's up, Pat? Who that to you? Dave Debondato, what's up, Dave? Churning in from Jersey. Who that to Jersey in the building? Dave Debondato, who that to you, my fam? Appreciate you being here, bro. All right, who else we got? William Dickerson, what's up, Will? Who that to you, fam? Good to see you in the chat as well. Big ups to you, Demi. What's up, Demi, baby? Who that to Demi in the building as well? Much love to you and Yearn. All right, who else we got there? John, what's up, John? John Gerard, who that to you, fam? Welcome into the live stream today, John. Big ups to you as well. Robert Clark, who that to you, says, should expect any design run plays from Jalen Hurts in the Eagles offense. Thank you, Robert. Who that to you, fam? The True Hurts, what's up, fam? Who that to you? Welcome to the live stream. The True Hurts. And it's going to hurt of the Eagles. It's going to put some hurt on Hurts. You heard me? All right, big ups to the rest of the family members in this thing. Let me see what else we got here. Chiming in this thing. Shedrick, what's up, Shedrick? Who that to you, fam? Hindi and Newton, what's up, fam? Good to see y'all in the chat. Much love to y'all. Good to see y'all. Steve Mack, who that to you? Black and gold in the Super Bowl, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Steve. Big ups to Steve Mack and who that to you, my friend. Welcome into the live stream. All right, who else we got? Troy Thompson, who that to you? What's up, Troy? What's going on, Anthony? Who that to you? Chiming in from South Cal is in the building. South Cali in the building. What's up, fam? Big ups to you and the rest of the family members chiming in. All right, who else we got there? All right, Cuz Sullivan, who that to you, fam? He said, I hope this ain't a trap game, brother. No, I don't think so, Cuz. But Cuz, welcome to the family. Big ups to Cuz Sullivan. Much love to you, fam. All right, Revolt Control Radio. What's up, Revolt? Chiming in from Georgia. B Jizzle. What's up, B Jizzle? What's up, fam? My brother B Jizzle in the building. Much love to B Jizzle in the building. Big ups to my boy. All right, Devin C. Who that to you as well? Big ups to you as well. All right, who else we got there? Okay, K. Molinaire. I hope I got that right. 504. He says, ball security is a must for Taysom Hill. You are telling an absolute truth right there, my friend. Appreciate you and welcome you into this thing. Ulysses, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat as well, Ulysses. Big ups to you, fam. KB, who that to you, KB? Big ups to you and all the family members for chiming in this thing as well. Big ups. DeWine, what's up? DeWine me, who that to you, DeWine? Big ups to you. Now, before I get to the news, you know what I say? If you didn't hear your name and I didn't give you a who that, give me a who that in the chat and I'll give you a who that back. Hit the subscribe button to the family. Hit the like button, family, as we get going on up in this thing. Uncle Paulie's in the building. What's up, brother Paul? All right. Thank you, fam. Appreciate you that. All right. Uncle Paulie's in the building. Tramal, what's up? Tramal Keller in the building. Big ups to the fam. Ken Rasa, Bloodstone in the building. Chicken wing, hot dog, and bologna. Thank you, Ken Rasa. Sound like Ken Rasa hungry. All right, good to see you in the chat, fam. Gabriel Thomas, who that to you as well. Big ups to you, Gabriel. Big ups to you. All right, family. As we about to get going with the show as well, we're gonna jump off into the show. And remember, the first hour of the broadcast shall be just me covering the news. I got several interesting topics. Coach Payton opened it up. We'll start off with with this injury report. We'll get into the rest of the statistics and breakdown, and then we'll open up the remaining show after the break for your calls and comments and what do you guys think is going to happen in the Saints versus the Eagles matchup. That means scores, everything. However you feel, we're going to open up the rest of the broadcast after the commercial break, our second and final commercial break, for the rest of the summation of the show for you guys to get in there and drop that knowledge. Big ups to you, Gundam. I see you, fam. Who that to you as well. And all the family members up in this thing, man. Like I said, hit the like button if you are a new person watching and you hadn't subscribed, hit the subscribe button right now. And I see it, I'll give you a shout out. Big ups. All right, family. Let's get ready to hit this and share a screen right here and we're going to get off into it. We're going to start off with the injury report, and we'll get it done. All right, big ups, family. Closed Caption Studios. Who that to you? I see you, fam. Much love to you. Thank you for being here as well. All right, here we go. We're going to start off with the Saints injury report. Of course, 11 New Orleans Saints players were listed on the Friday's injury report for Week 14 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Who that to you, Match Prime? Good to see you in the chat, fam. All right, let's keep it going. Malcolm at the top of the list. Malcolm Brown's status is out with that shoulder issue, so we'll have to get this game with one of our true nose tackle, because that's what Malcolm is. He's a true nose tackle. The rest of those guys are tweeners. You know, they like David Onyemata, you would consider him a defensive tackle. He can do both. But nose tackle, that's another thing, man, altogether. That's Malcolm Brown's category. Tim Crowley, who that to you, fam? Good to see you, Tim. Much love to you, fam. Thank you. All right, we're going to get into this thing, and as you can see, Malcolm's out. He's done. Patrick Robinson is also out with a hamstring. We knew that. We called that early on that Patrick would be out. He tweaked that hamstring in the last game against the Falcons, and he was out since then. And, of course, this is a lingering thing with Patrick Robinson. You know, him with that issue dealing with that hamstring, and that's too bad. So he'll sit this one out, and I guess we'll count on him later on. All right, fully practiced. Shy Tuttle, who was dealing with a wrist, he went from limited Thursday to fully practiced. That's good news. And another good bit of news is Deontay Harris, our Pro Bowl kick return man, was limited. He didn't play last week due to that neck issue. The last 2 Wednesdays and Thursdays, he was limited. He fully practiced, which means he is good to go. He has a questionable indication, but expect Deontay Harris to be back in the game for the Saints at the kick returning position. Let's just hope the kick return and punt return guys open up some creases for this man to run through. They've been absolutely dreadful in doing that, man. Absolutely dreadful. So, I mean, it's one of them things where we just have to just pay attention to it. But hopefully, man, I really do hope that the Graziano and the other guy, we got to get this special teams together, fam. And I'm not talking about the kick and the punt aspect, the specialists. I'm talking about the kick return aspect of it, the kick return and punt return game. You know, we covered this on TSC Q&A Live on our Tuesday show, which we only do when we broadcast on Tuesday just for Patreon and YouTube members. We had that show, and we covered the statistics in the show about the Saints, how they look in the kick return, punt return aspect. Listen, a lot of people don't know the Saints are first in the NFL in punt return. A lot of people don't know we're top 5 in kick return as well. And that's punt return attempts and kickoff attempts. The reality is kick return attempts, excuse me. But what I'm trying to say is that you have 30 plus punt returns, 33 I think it is, and you lead the NFL, but you have 0 touchdowns. And that's on both sides, kick return, punt return. If you remember last year when Deontay was cutting it up, man, he had touchdowns here and there. And we got a month of the season left, and the best Deontay did all season was that 75-yarder where he was sniffing it. My thing is, the reason why we're not seeing that this year is because the kick return and punt return are absolutely terrible. And this went back to the year before Deontay Harris became a Pro Bowler, when they were actually doing what they were supposed to do. But now they absolutely suck. Now, we do get Justin Hardy back, and maybe he can help in that regard. But, man, I done seen our kick returners, and you've seen guys like Marquez Callaway, who's still on the IR, and Deontay, who's coming up off the injury situation due to the fact that they're taking hits from the kick return, punt return game. It's just terrible. We've got to get that fixed, man. We've got to get that fixed. We have to be able to block consistently on the kick return, punt return game. I'm just bringing that to you guys because, you know, if you can put all that together with the offense is doing and the defense is doing, that creates a whole nother level to the Saints that people aren't prepared to deal with. When you have a Pro Bowl kick returner like Deontay Harris, who you can just open up a crease for the man to return, and he's off to the races. So let's just hope that they got that together. But my goodness, I've been studying the film and the tape, and I see absolute unmitigated disaster when it comes to kick return and punt return. Guys get tackled by 2, 3, 4. A couple of times I seen the guy get tackled by 5 people. How is that possible? What, y'all sitting down having a picnic while people run past you? I mean, it's a disaster, man. We've got to, if I noticed it, I know they noticed it. If I see it, it is horrible. All right, let's go to the next guy. Ryan Ramczyk, he is fully practiced. That's good news. He was dealing with an elbow issue. We also, Janoris Jackrabbit Jenkins, who was out last week with that knee. He's fully practiced, so without limitation, the Jackrabbit is good to go. And we'll be able to actually have the Jackrabbit and Laddie Daddy together. I love it, man. And remember, it's been a couple of times this year, Saints family, that we've seen these two guys on the field at the same time for extended action. It's always somebody goes out, the other guy comes in, and then, can we just keep these guys together, the Jackrabbit and Laddie Daddy, for the rest of the year on the way to the Super Bowl? I would love that. Mike Thomas was limited with the ankle. He fully practiced without restriction today. Marcus Davenport, big news with that one is Marcus Davenport, who was under that concussion protocol last week, fully practiced entire week. He's going to be good to go as a situational pass rusher behind Trey Hendrickson. And of course, another guy that I really like a lot, that I really want to see what he can do, is Ty Montgomery, running back / wide receiver / kick returner / punt returner. Montgomery was a fantastic find by Coach Payton. He was dealing with hamstring issues, banged up here, banged up there. It's a month of the season left. Let's see what Ty Montgomery could do. And he's one of the few question marks I have remaining on the Saints offense. And of course, David Onyemata, who did not practice due to illness, is back, fully practiced. That's a bit of good news, especially when Malcolm Brown is out of the game. You're going to need David Onyemata. You're going to need Malcolm Roach. You're going to need Shai Tuttle, who was good. You're going to need Glasgow. You're going to need those guys to step up and play with Malcolm Brown. And, of course, Sheldon Rankins. You're going to need those guys to step up now that Malcolm Brown is out of this game. And, of course, good news for our 4.5, 5 yard per carry bull of a running back, Latavius Murray, who was dealing with some issues. He was limited, but he fully practiced without restriction. So good news on the Saints injury report going into the weekend. Now looking at the Philadelphia Eagles. Who that to you? Tragic. Good to see you in the chat, bro. Big ups to you. Trey Joseph, who that to you, fam? I see you. And this is the thing, man. Fletcher Cox fully practiced after, Thursday, no designation for Friday. You better believe Fletcher's going to play. TJ Edwards, one of their linebackers, he's out due to a hamstring issue. And so are all three of these guys, which are defensive backs, Rudy Ford and Michael Jacquet. Those guys are out. Hamstring issues. Elshon Jeffrey, remember him, the guy that dropped the pass to help us in the playoff game? Remember that? He's playing in this game as well. He's going to be souped up because he took a lot of hit for that. He took a lot of hit for that, dropping that pass in that playoff game to help the Saints advance. Y'all remember that? Elshon is going to be pumped up in this game, so watch out for him. He's a good receiver. Fully practiced. He's good to go off the calf issue. Peters, who's one of the best offensive linemen that they had, is out with a toe situation. Darius Slay was limited. This is their best corner man. This guy is a good find for this team. They picked him up from Detroit, and he's a pretty talented defensive back, but he's going to be dealing with issues back there with the knee issue. A defensive lineman, Derek Barnett, is limited. He should be good to go. And safety, Graylin Arnold, is questionable with a hamstring issue. So a lot of hammies in Philly. They must don't know how to stretch, or they're not taking their fish oil pills. They must got a bit of the Tin Man with them. All right, so but that's what it looks like, family. The injury report right now. Malcolm Brown is out with Patrick Robertson. Everybody else is good to go, including Shai Tuttle, Deontay Harris, Ryan Ramczyk, Jackrabbit Jenkins, Mike Thomas, Davenport, Ty Montgomery, David Onyemata, and Latavius Murray. All great news for the black and gold. So there we go. Okay, now moving on, family, to the next bit of news. Jalen Hurts makes his first career start for the Eagles. We're going to cover this article right here. Philadelphia, and it's coming from the AP. Eagles picked the toughest spot to give Jalen Hurts his first career start. Well, they have no choice, man. Right now, they're desperate. A loss here could very well jack up their playoff hopes, and they got to go with the guy. And listen, Jalen Hurts is a guy that played pro for, 4 years? He got every bit of what he can get out of college. He wasn't one of those guys that played a year or two and then jumped into the pros. No. He was a 4-year player with a lot of snaps in college. He developed football from a football standpoint very well. But when he came out, they disrespected him, saying that he couldn't throw the ball, that he was too small. But never forget guys like Kyler Murray, who's not even 5'9", or a guy like Tua Tagovailoa, who had a terrible injury when he left. No, don't saddle those guys with any negative remarks. Now, just crap on Jalen Hurts. And why I know so much about Hurts, because I'm an LSU guy, and we played against that man 4 years. We took and they got the best of us many years when our defense had nothing but first-round draft picks on it. That man ran around them like somebody pulled a Three Stooges maneuver and glued their feet to the ground, and they couldn't move. That's how, and they were spectacular athletes for LSU in those years on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, rock 'em, sock 'em type stuff. Jalen Hurts ran around those guys like their feet were stuck in the mud. I'm serious. And it was one of the games that they played against LSU. He basically beat him with his feet and throwing. The guy can't throw the ball, and he most certainly can run. Don't listen to nobody telling you that he can't throw the ball. That's a goddamn lie. I know what Jalen Hurts could do. Scouted him for 4 years. Watch what he can do when he went to Oklahoma. Threw for over 3,000 yards up there. Over 20-plus touchdowns up there. Ran for over 1,200 yards up there. And put over a dozen rushing touchdowns as well. So how you throw for over 30 touchdowns, over 3,000 yards in college for Oklahoma, then run for over 1,000 yards and rush for double-digit touchdowns as well. You don't do that unless you're good. And this guy, and the thing that people really like about Jalen Hurts is football IQ, and he's a leader. So that's all they need. Philly, listen, even if they lose this weekend, I'm going to tell the Philadelphia people out there something right now. All the Philadelphia family members out there, listen, you might lose this weekend, but listen, that guy, you're making a move in the right direction with this guy. I was pushing and promoting the black and gold to draft that man. And Philly picked him up in the second round when people were saying he shouldn't have been drafted in the second round. I don't know who these assholes are saying that, but they obviously don't know football, and they got a grudge against the kid because he could play. Bottom line, I say all that to say, well, you got to watch out for him, and don't think that he can't throw the ball. Listen to me on that. He can throw the ball. And pressure, he done been in championship moments. I know this kid. He done been in championship moments. All kind of ways. I mean, he done came in the championship game when Tua got hurt, came in there and cold as a cucumber and won the game for him. So, I mean, listen, this kid is not cut like the rest of them. I'm just keeping it real, letting y'all know. This is what this show is, the preview show, and I got to let y'all know who our foes are. All right, but let's keep it going now. Now, Hurts, the 2019 Heisman Trophy runner-up. I forgot to mention that, by the way. I forgot to mention that. And I think he won one year, if I'm not mistaken, but never mind that, right? And of course, the Heisman, he takes on Carson. He takes over for Wentz, who was pathetic, leading the Eagles to a 3-8-1 against the Saints, 10-2 on Sunday. Saints 9 in a row. That's amazing to me. And I remember several weeks ago, I was like, listen, man, the Saints can go on a run. I'm telling you, they could. You look at the schedule, you look at them, if they can run the ball and play better defense, they can go on a run. Man, and have they did that. I mean, I'm so proud of this team. We just need to clean up a few things here or there, have a better play calling here or there, like later in the game, like the Atlanta game was almost a disaster. But if we can clean that up, listen, we're going to sail into this thing. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm saying we have everything it takes and we displaying it at the right time. Super Bowl City, baby. Listen to me. All right, let's keep it going. Welcome to the lead, Rook. We're playing against a great defense, so we have to do what we can to control the controllable and control our effort, control our execution, control our mindset, and go out there and play a hard-fought game. That's what Jalen Hurts said. Hurts replaced Wentz in a loss at Green Bay last week. He completed 5 of 12 passes for 109 and a touchdown. He had 1 interception. He took 3 sacks. Wentz is struggling through the worst season of his 5-year career, but he's not the only reason Philly's offense has played so poorly. You can feel bad. He's the sole one taking a hit right now. Three-time All-Pro center Jason Kelce said, Obviously, the entire offense has been terrible. Offensive line, running backs, receivers, coaches. You aren't this bad unless everybody shares the blame in this whole thing. The Saints have won 9 straight, including 3 in a row, with Taysom as the starting quarterback. Breeze is eligible to return this week, but his status won't be determined until closer to game time. Any surprises? We'll cover that later on. Okay, ground games. With Hill under center, the Saints offense has increasingly taken on the personality of a hard-nosed running attack. And just what we said here on the Great Saint Think Tank, the Sports Coma. That's what we said. We said when Drew goes out, the running game should carry the team. Matter of fact, when Drew was in, the running game should have carried the team because I knew that we're capable of putting up 200 yards a game in the last couple of games, 168 in the game before that against the first game with the Falcons. 168 against the Falcons, 228 against the Broncos, 207 against the Falcons again. The Saints are ranked 6th. They're ranked 7th in the NFL in rushing offense right now. But because of that great push. And you've seen him kind of tapping at it against the second game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But that's what I was saying, that before the season, I was saying, listen, he's 41. The running attack is the strong suit of this team. The ultimate mode of transportation should be the running attack with the offense, the passing offense off the back of the rushing offense. And look what they're doing with that. That is the strength of it. Now, of course, we know about Mike and Elvin and all these other guys who great wide receiver-wise and throwing of the ball. But when you have a 41-year-old quarterback, you have to be very judicious with the mode of transportation. So let's get back into the article. All right, this is Hill is adapt that QB run power runs. Dynamic and shifty running back Kamara and bruising running back Latavius Murray have flourished recently as well. The run game has been the emphasis for us the last couple of weeks, says right tackle Ryan Rapchak. When you can run the ball at will and just keep hammering the ball, it definitely wears on the defense. We know that if we can do that, we can have a lot of success. Amen to that, Ryan Ramczyk. Amen to that. I've been beating that horse for years right now. Run that damn ball down their throat. Malcolm's return. Safety Malcolm Jenkins spent 6 seasons in Philly. And this is a real thing that nobody's really saying much about is the fact that, and I said it on a couple of shows this week about Malcolm Jenkins and what he knows about that defense. Malcolm was the leader on that defense. Malcolm knows that offense. And listen, the real reason why the Saints have the upper hand is not just because we're more talented than the Eagles or that we're playing better than them right now. No, it's that that's a part of it. But beating the Eagles, you got to have a little inside baseball. I don't think they can stop us from running the ball or moving our offense. They struggle a lot. But an extra caveat to that nobody's really saying a lot about is Malcolm Jenkins. He knows a lot. He knows the flaws of that defense and trust and believe. He done told Sean Payton what he got to do to knock him on up out of there. And of course, the Eagles try to limit it by going to get Joe Bashy and add him to the team. Tell me what you know about the offense. It won't work. It won't work. You don't have enough time. All right, let's keep it going. With Jenkins, he spent 6 years in Philly helping the Eagles win the Super Bowl in 2017, but the Eagles released him this year in a cost-cutting move. Eagles defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz had high praise for Jenkins. He's probably the smartest player I've ever coached, Schwartz said in that 415-word response about Jenkins. Jenkins said he still calls Philadelphia home. I love that city, Jenkins said. Giving myself everything I got into that community, invested a lot into that community, and it's given the same love back to me. So that city holds a special place in my heart. Just not this week. You're going to make them cry this week. All right, new QB, new offense. Where Hurts running the offense, the Eagles may emphasize the running game far more than they ever did with Wentz. Miles Sanders is averaging 5.3 yards per carry, but only has 16 rushes in the past 2 games. I think in order to get her success, you got to attempt and try to establish a little bit of the run game, Coach Dougie P said. Then he can be a part of that, and I think, and just go out and maybe try to find some easy completions. The quick game or the screen here and there, something that can just kind of get him into the flow of the game. This is the #1 defense. It's no easy task. Deep line. The Saints have won the past 2 games without left tackle Taron Armstead, and what has been the latest example of steady play by New Orleans offensive front despite seemingly constant personnel shuffles. 2 weeks ago, left guard Andrews Pete was out with a concussion, but reserve tackle James Hurts and 2 interior lineman veteran Nick Easton and 2020 first-round draft pick Cesar Ruiz has played well. We've got that guys that can go out and play on Sunday and do a really good job. I think we'll all mesh well. I think we all communicate well up front. Ryan Ramczyk said we got to go out. He says, we've had to do some shuffling, but overall, I think everyone's on the same page. Tightening it up. The Saints have climbed to the top of the NFL in total defense while giving up just 2 touchdowns in the past 5 games. Defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins, who returned from an injury last week, said the unit always had confidence in its talent level and needed a few games early this season to develop the cohesion, which is finally hitting that level of consistency where the preparation and the mental aspect is meeting the physical tools and the physical abilities that the players on this defense have. You're just seeing guys going out and playing the right way, playing with effort, playing with energy. Guys know their assignments and guys are just flying around. There's no thinking, there's no hesitating. Guys are just playing the ball the right way and you see the results, meaning they're playing with instinct, baby. You don't have to think. Thinking slows you down on the football field is such a thing called instincts, and that's what the Saints are playing with. All right, let's keep it moving, fam. Let's get into the statistical breakdown. As we know over the injury report, we know the Saints are 10-2, 5-1 in away games. Picture that, right? The Saints are 5-1 in away games. 5-1 in away games, man. They play the same at home than they do at away. It's just amazing. It's amazing. All right, we're gonna look at we're gonna go into some of the team statistics, and then I'm gonna cover the rest of the player statistics momentarily. Points per game, as you can see right here, the Saints averaging 29 points a contest and giving up just 20, and that number's dropping fast, dropping like a rock. All right, the Eagles, on the other hand, averaging just over 21 points a game while giving up 25.6, which that fits well for us. The offense for the Saints averaging over 382.4 yards per contest. That's 242 yards through the air and 141 yards, running the ball. So the Saints have 242 yards through the air that they're passing it. And then their rush offense is 141 yards per contest. The Eagles, 364.4 and 230 of it's through the air, and they run at 116.3. All right, we got that straight, the statistics. All right, let's go to the defense. The Saints, 307.4. That's all they allow, which is about 231.3 of it through the secondary. And, of course, the front seven domination, 76.1. It's been, 50 games or close to 50 games since the Saints allowed a single rusher to put 100 yards up on them. That's absolute domination and perfection. The front seven was there. The back four had to step up. Guess what? They have arrived. Looking at the Eagles, 368.3 for the Eagles defense. They allowed 238.3 through the air, and they let you pile up almost 130 damn yards a game on. Which is perfect because the Saints averaging 141 a contest, and they spotting you 130. So if we pay attention to the statistics, family, we'll realize that this right here is where you want to go. Run the ball, baby. Run the ball. That's what you do. Put the pressure on the rook. Put pressure on them defensively speaking, and keep the game plan that you've been using for the past 3 weeks. Power run the ball on this team. They cannot stop that. 130 yards a game this team gives up on the ground. That's why they are not that good. They cannot stop the run. We have to power that ball, and Coach Payton will do that. All right, now look over the last 5 contests for the Eagles. The Eagles have lost 4 games in a row. They've fallen like a rock. They lost to the Giants, the Browns, the Seahawks, and then they just got beat by the Green Bay Packers back on the 6th of this month, 30-16. The Saints on a 9-game winning streak right now. Last win coming against the Falcons. And remember, family, this is the 3rd of 3 road games that the Saints had to play. They gave them 3 freaking road games at close to the back end of the season, and the Saints just answered the bell. They say, okay, well, hell, you want to do that? We're going to go to Atlanta. We're going to start off with them. To Denver. They went to Denver and they beat them 31-3. Then they traveled to Atlanta, knocked them off 28-1-16. And now we're going to Philly to raise a little hell up there. All right, let's go on down here. As you can see, the NFC South standings with the black and gold, baby, on top at a beautiful 10-2. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers doing what they do best, suck. And they're 7-5. The Falcons and the Carolina Panthers are sharing the cellar. They're basically roommates in the cellar, fighting over the remote for the television. All right, and sharing shitty internet in the cellar. And then, of course, in the NFC least, as we call it, the least. That's right. The Giants are the top team there with a blistering 5-7 record. Washington is right on their heels, and of course, Philly can remain in with help. If these guys start losing, Philly can sneak in the playoffs. It's over for the Cowgirls. So we'll see. And we're about to put it over for Philadelphia this anyway. So it'll be between the Giants and the Redskins for the NFC least crown, whoever wants that, right? All right, and that's the statistics right there. The next mode we're going to move on to, family. We're going to look at the team statistics for this team, and then we'll go into the depth chart of people we have to look out for. And we'll go into it. Big ups to the rest of the family members. Straight booming. I see you, fam. Much love to you. Good to see you in the chat. Let's see who else we got. Brian. Brian, what's up, Brian? Brian Pearson. Brian says, Big Q, how do we win the division? If you don't mind me asking, if you could help me out with that, nobody can. Winning division, that comes, bro, with this, according to what because, they're saying, I'm saying it's official, right? But from a statistical breakdown and all this kind of rigmarole, the NFL is saying that for the Saints to do that, they have to be able to finish out against the Eagles, and then bam, you locked up a playoff spot. But a lot of people are saying that the Saints, the NFC South, belongs to the Saints. Well, the NFL is telling you with a win over the Eagles, you get it. My thing is I'm going official. You already done beat everybody. You beat everybody. You got one team left, and they ain't even in the playoffs, and that's the Carolina Panthers. But with the win, they're saying that you win the division. I hope that clears it up. But that's what I got. It is very confusing. I get you on that. But the reality is, in my opinion, and what I'm saying is we already won the division. About time we get to Carolina, we'll have the number one wrapped up as well. We already got the playoff berth, right? We've got the playoff berth. We need one more team to beat, which by the time we get to Carolina, it won't matter anyway because we'll have the seed locked up, everything locked up. So according to what they're saying, that a win over the Eagles gives you the NFC South. That's just how it goes. I hope that helps. All right, let's keep it going. We're going to go into this thing here. Big ups to you and the rest of the family members. Carson Wentz said he's at the top of the list here. He's the top passer of the ball for them, but we ain't worrying about him too much, being that he's the top passer he had all season long. Jalen Hurts is the guy you're looking at. Through 11 games, Hurts is 8 of 15 for 53.3, 142 yards. He averages 9.5 yards per throw. Out of the 15 attempts, he's averaging almost 10 yards a throw. Just remember that. Now, as you look at the statistics, and basically it's what he's giving you. Now, that's pretty good out of 15 throws, and that will continue to. This guy's smart now. He has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times in the game, but his QB rating is 80.4. The guy, like I said, you couldn't have picked somebody better to put. He had 4 years of college experience at a high level with a lot of reps in college to get ready for the position that he's in. And he processes information very quick, just to let you know. He processes information very quick. So we got to fluster this kid. We can't let this dude sit back here and get a rhythm. I'm just telling you. He might be a rookie, but he's dangerous. I'm just keeping it real. All right, let's go to the next one here. Mike Sanders is their top running back, who averages 5.3 yards, as the article said. In 9 games, Sanders at 118 is his attempts. He has 631 on the season. He averages 5.3 yards per contest. The issue is with the Eagles, they don't utilize him. They need to use him more. He's the bell cow in this situation. Of course, he was banged up. He had some injuries as well. And he's a guy that can catch the ball out the backfield. He's a guy that has speed. He's a guy that can run well in between the tackles. But, like I said, you got to keep an eye. You got to wrap up the running attack with Miles Sanders. And, of course, they have our old guy, Bo Scott from La Tech, that the Eagles plucked off the practice squad. He has 60 carries for 236. in the matchup, averaging just under 5 yards per carry. He has 1 touchdown where Sanders has 3. And of course, Sanders through the game averages 70 yards per contest, 24 right there from Bo Scott. Now, if you notice, he has 3 fumbles on the year and 118 carries to Miles Sanders. So hopefully we could get Miles Sanders to put the ball on the ground. But you gotta neutralize Miles Sanders and Bo Scott. Both of these guys can catch the ball out the backfield. They're elusive. You gotta watch these 2 scat back type guys. And I don't want to give them a label. I know Bo Scott's that Darren Sproles type of back, and Miles Sanders is a shifty scat back type of dude who's known to lower his shoulder too. So I like these guys. I like them, their skill set they have, and you got to watch out for these type of players, man. Sanders and Scott. So let's neutralize the rushing attack because Miles Sanders is the guy. He's the drink that stirs the straw for them because they're going to need his production with Hurts having limited exposure to that Philadelphia playbook. Let's move to the wide receivers. The top man that's been really making moves in that offense for the Philadelphia Eagles is Greg Ward. He has 44 catches off of 63 targets, and he was doing that last year. He kind of developed into a pretty decent slot man for him when they needed him to, stepped in when guys went down, and he's the top receiver up the ball with 44 grabs for 351 and 4 touchdowns on the year thus far. Behind him is Dallas Goedert, the tight end. Of course, we know Ertz is supposed to be playing in this game. Zach Ertz, who's going through a bit of contract issues with the team during the offseason and into camp and all that kind of stuff. He got hurt, and he's a weapon unto himself. But Goedert has the start right now, but that's still a very dangerous tandem as well. You have Goedert and Hurts. You got to watch out for the tight ends because they both can block well. They can leak out and make plays as well. So listen, this team has struggled a bit, but they needed fairly good play at the quarterback position. The guy can electrify the offense. They have the talent to play. They have talented players. Goedert and Ertz are good weapons. So Goedert has 35 catches off of 48 targets. He has 3 touchdowns there, averaging. Now Goedert averages off of those 35 catches. He averages 11.5 yards per catch. Let's get that in our heads. Let's get that in our heads. Because what does that mean? That means every time this guy catching the ball is for a first down and more. So we can't let Goedert go out there and get pay dirt on us. We can't do it. We got to put Goedert in the dirt. We can't let Goedert make pay dirt off the defense. We can't do that. So 35 catches for him for 48 off of 48 targets, 4 3 touchdowns, but 11.5 per catch this dude is making. You think that's terrific? Let me show you another guy that's doing it like him. This guy, Travis Fulgham, basically came out of nowhere. Young wide receiver, 33 catches off of 60 targets, right? Now listen, he's the second most targeted wide receiver on their squad. They threw at him 60 times. The only other guy was Greg Ward, who's the top receiver with 44 catches. Travis Fulgham has 33 off of 60 targets, has 467 yards. That's more than any other wide receiver there. He's averaging 14.2 yards per catch with 4 touchdowns. He's tied with Ward for the lead with touchdowns for the wide receiving corps. So what does that tell you? Fulgham is their deep guy. Fulgham gets deep and they wing it down there to him. You got to watch these guys leaking out because they're unknown wide receivers, yes. And we know that Alshon Jeffrey is going to be in there doing something as well. And then, of course, you see some of these guys production-wise, and then, of course, they tend to lean on guys like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. But Alshon Jeffrey will get some playing there, that veteran wide receiver. But Ward and Fulgham, these guys you got to watch out for, especially Fulgham, who's averaging 14.2 yards per catch on 33 targets. That's pretty damn good. And 4 touchdowns, which means he's getting deep. And look at his production in terms of yards per game. He's averaging 52 yards per game in this thing. That's as good for the number one. That's better than any receiver, wide receiver or tight end in the receiving core. He has that designation. He's averaging 52 yards, so which means he's getting deep. He can get deep, so you can't let Fulgham get deep with a ball there. You got to watch these guys. But Ward is a trusty receiver. He catches the ball well, makes difficult catches as well. Decent speed. Goddard can block and catch. They're adding Zach Ertz in there, who hadn't had too much going on. 26 catches off of 49 targets from him, 209. Hadn't been the type of year. But when Zach Ertz's mind is right, that's a Pro Bowler there. At one time, he was one of the top 5 best tight end in the business. He had an injury. He had a couple of injuries that slowed him down, but he's back and he's willing to contribute. So we have to watch these guys because Ward is a talented receiver. Fulgham is a deep guy who will burn your ass, and Goddard and Ertz, both of those guys are balanced tight ends who can catch and block. So like I'm saying, this is going to be a difficult matchup, man, because the Eagles do have deep weapons. You just don't know who they are. And I don't want to have a surprise like when I was telling everybody about Waller. People didn't know who the hell is you talking about, Q. I'm talking about Darren Waller. I'm telling you, you got to watch out for this dude. If you don't do blah, 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 he'll kill you. Well, what he did, he killed you. And I kept highlighting him. I do it every Friday. But I'm telling you now, Fulgham, and you got to watch out for these guys. Ward will catch the tough passes. You can knock him on his ass. He'll hold on to it. And another, like I said, you got to watch these guys. Fulgham, you can't let them get deep on you. And not to mention, they got other talented like Bo Scott. Bo Scott catching out the backfield. Bo Scott is down on this list too. He has 21 catches. So like I said, he can slip out there and make catches. So they versatile. They're just a shitty team this year. They don't have no cohesion like Sheldon Rankins was talking about. All right, let's move on down here. So I pinpointed some guys offensively speaking before we go to the defense. Of course, we have to contain Jalen Hurts. Not letting Hurts, not letting Hurts hurt you with his feet. You cannot let him leak out and take off. He's the fastest guy on the field. He'll take off on you and bam, here, bam there. So we have to be able to contain Jalen Hurts and not allow him to leak out. So we have to be disciplined when we come in with our blitzes, and we got to use containment style defenses to kind of keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket and force him to throw the ball, which he can throw the ball, but I'd rather him do that than to run around on you and do shit. And not to mention, Jalen Hurts is really good at creating plays outside of the pocket. So he escapes outside of the pocket, looks downfield similar to what a Russell Wilson would do, or a Kyler Murray, or Tua Tagovailoa, or a Deshaun Watson, guys that can leak out the pocket and create outside the pocket while they're moving. You get what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that can make plays on the run. So we have to make sure he doesn't get loose and move around like that. That's priority number 1. Number 2 is stopping the running attack of Miles Sanders, who's averaging over 5 yards a carry, and Bo Scott, a good mixture that they're using there. Third thing to do is shutting down the deep threat of Travis Fulgham, who's killing people at 14 catches. 14.2 yards per catch is ridiculous. On 33 grabs, that means that guy going deep and tearing your ass up, or catching the ball and having long runs. I think the longest he had all season long is listed as 42 yards, but he gets deep. You can't let that happen. And of course, Dallas, Goddard, and Zach Ertz are going to be there for dump-off options. If Hurts gets in trouble, he can dump it off to any one of those guys. So we got to keep an eye out for that as well. And we just got to do what we got to do. All right, now move on to the defense. Now the defense, this defense is known as a pressure defense. Let me tell you something. They can get after you. The statistics, when we played Coach Payton yesterday, and Coach Payton was breaking out, I was reading those statistics. I was say, damn. And that was like, I think it was on Tuesday or maybe Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday. And I was looking at the Eagles statistics early in the week, and I'm like, man, this team can get after you, man. You know, they're like one of the tops in the league in pressures and all that kind of stuff, and getting around, getting after you. So don't get it twisted. They can get after you. Their top tackler is Alex Singleton. He's had 76 tackles. Dennis Rodney McLeod, who's a defensive back, very active guy. Jalen Mills, who has 62, who kind of Malcolm Jenkins trained some of these. Mills, I think Mills was a cornerback last year. They converted to a safety. And of course, you have other guys there like Nathan Jerry and the rest of them. But you got to look at the pressure of some of these guys and really good defensive linemen. Like every time you got a guy like Cox, when Fletcher Cox plays the Saints, he always steps up. So we have to watch out for him, and we damn sure got to watch out for Brandon Graham. Just because the Eagles have a 3-8 mark, they're going to come in there desperate, man. They got a rookie quarterback. They have a defense that when inspired, can play good ball. And they're going to be inspired to play the Saints because they're trying to keep their playoffs alive. This is a desperate team. That's nothing new. We've been playing desperate teams for the last 3 weeks, haven't we? We played a desperate Atlanta twice. We played a desperate Denver. Now you're going to get a desperate Philadelphia team. Then you're going to take a break with KC, and then you get a desperate Minnesota club. But you got a desperate-ass Philadelphia team with talent on both sides of the ball, and they need a galvanizing force to get it. And listen, the defense can't get after you. Brandon Graham, 7 sacks on the year. He's their top sacker. But Fletcher Cox, the interior defensive lineman, has 5.5 on the year. And Barnett, the other end, who I liked out of Tennessee, by the way, has 5.5. So this team can get after you. So Graham, Barnett, and Fletcher, these are starters for the Eagles on defense. And then, of course, Josh Sweat is another dude that they cycle in there as well, who plays. He has 4. You see? He has 4. So the top 4, some of their best starting their defensive linemen, all are good sack guys. 7 for Graham. Fletcher Cox had 5.5, tied with Barnett. And Josh Sweat has 4 as well. And then there are other multiple guys like Javon Hargrave and all that kind of stuff. But the reality is you can't let Fletcher Cox cause no problems. Listen to me on that. You can't let him cause no problems. And Brandon Graham firing off the edge is problematic, and Barnett too. So we have to be on our stuff because they can rush the passer. We can't be indecisive with the ball. We got to make up our minds to be able to throw that goddamn ball, get it out of there. We can't sit there and stare down wide receivers, Mr. Taysom. We got to get that ball out of there. So, like I said, I'm covering, letting them know that the Eagles, defensively speaking, they can get after you, man. They really can. So I'm getting you familiar with some of these people. When the game comes, you'll have more familiarity with them. But yes, Brandon Graham's their best guy. Fletcher Cox, 5.5. Barnett, another good defensive end who's good, but he gets hurt. And that's the thing that's really kind of stymied Derek Barnett's development. Because early on, he was a beast. He just can't seem to get over those injuries. But the Eagles defense can get after you. All right, let's move on to the guys. And Darius Slay is another guy that I like a lot. Not to mention Malik Jackson is another dude that need to step his game up, but he could be a force. But you look at other guys that's on this defense, man, and I tell you what, man, you got guys. Now, right now, you're looking at Darius Slay. He's banged up, but he's their best cover man. He does a good job. You're also dealing with Nicky Roby-Coleman, the guy that ran over Tommy Lee Lewis a couple of years ago for the Rams. He's on this squad as a nickelback. So, you'll get an opportunity to see him in the game as well. So there's some interesting matchups there as well. But my thing is this. They can get after the passer. They really can, that Eagle defense, that front 4 or 5 guys. But listen, they can't stop the run. They can get after the guy. And and the question to the great Saint think tank and all the geniuses, the black and gold brains out there, how do you neutralize a pass rush? That's the question to the chat. How do you neutralize a pass rush when they have these guys and they pass rush and how do you neutralize that? Huh? You know how you neutralize that? You run right at their asses. That's how you neutralize that defense, a fast defense. They cannot stop the run. As we covered statistically in the previous article, this is the Philadelphia Eagles statistically defensive-wise. They give up 238 yards through the air, and they can't stop anybody. They're a goddamn sieve. They're a spaghetti strainer defense. Even though they could pressure you, but if you're running the ball effectively, they're giving up 130 yards a game on the ground. They're a goddamn spaghetti strainer. The Philadelphia Eagles defense is the spaghetti strainer defense. That's what the hell it is. 130 yards a game, and the Saints averaging 141. With that's Seafood City any kind of way you can slice it. All right, now let's move on to the depth chart right here, family, as we getting close to the break. All right. Now, this is the Eagles depth chart right here, offensively speaking. We went over the statistics. Jalen Hurts, of course, is the quarterback there, followed by Miles Sanders, the running back. Very dangerous. Got to lock him down, him and Bo Scott. These guys are very fast, elusive backs that can catch the ball as well. They're dangerous as running backs and wide receivers. And they have speed, man. They have talent there. They're just not playing. They're a dangerous team. We just have to watch out for them. And, of course, they have Jalen Rigger, who's the young wide receiver they drafted, who a lot of the Philadelphia people didn't like that much, but he's a talented wide receiver as well. Greg Ward is more of the more of the reliable guy that they're using. You also have Elshon Jeffrey there, they have him penciled him in as a slot, but you can kind of circulate Ward and Elshon Jeffrey if you want as Rieger as the speeds guy. And of course, Travis Fulgham, you'll see him with action out there as well. Fulgham's going to get an opportunity to play in the matchup. 14 something, yards per catch is pretty damn good. So you still got to watch out for that. So they got talent, man. They really do. And of course, you see Dallas Goedert at the tight end with Zach Ertz behind him. Now, you're going to see both of those guys. And Goedert has been playing pretty well. But like I said, you can't let Goedert get pay dirt on you. All right. And of course, the offensive line's banged up. With Peters out, you got a new offensive line in there. Jordan Malata is in there. And of course, you see the rest of these guys. Jason Kelch is good. And then the rest of these guys are kind of unknown guys. A lot of injuries to their offensive lines. Guys like Andre Dillard and Lane Johnson, who are some of their better offensive linemen, are out on IR. So they have a lot of backup guys in there where you can get pressure on the quarterback. And truth be told, that's a major part of why the Eagles aren't that good this year. The offensive line had injuries. They have not been playing well. They do not, they couldn't protect Carson Wentz. He couldn't get comfortable behind that patchwork offensive line, and it showed. Now, people will blame Carson Wentz all day without looking at his offensive line. I don't know nobody can stand behind an offensive line that's shaky and that you can't trust and have a Pro Bowl season. I mean, that just doesn't happen. Though, if those guys don't do their job, you can't do yours. So, I mean, and it just goes to show you how bad they are, but they can run the ball. I mean, that's most offensive linemen are, some of them are not athletic, but they are good run blockers, and that don't require, it's easy for an offensive lineman to run block than it is for him to pass block. Only thing he has to do run blocking is just plow ahead and put his hands on anything in front of it and push it on out the way. That's simple, and when you use that strategy, you're going to win. And that's the same case with the Saints. When we ran for 200-something odd yards, 228 yards, well, Armstead and Pete was out. How do you explain that? Because of that principle. Let's move on to the defense now. Derek Barnett, as we mentioned, Malik Jackson's another strong guy in there that needs to improve, but they're a sieve. You can run on this team. You can. Barnett, Brandon Graham is, in my opinion, playing as their best guy, even though I'm always leery of Fletcher Cox. He always turns it on for the Saints. I don't know what it is with him and Everson Griffin, but those guys turn it on for the Saints. So Graham, Cox, Jackson, Barnett, and remember Barnett and Graham and Cox are all, some of their best sackers, but they can't hold their sieve. 130 a game they give up on the ground rushing. All right, and then of course you look at the linebackers, Singleton, who leads the team, and tackles. Edwards is out, so he won't play. So we'll probably see former LSU product safety turned linebacker Duke Riley, who was one of my favorite guys. You see Joe Beshy here, positioned in a fourth string there. And, you got Duke Riley at small side, so you probably see Sean Bradley in there. However it shakeups, you're going to see these guys. Gary's on the IR. So it's a few people. Darius Slay, who's banged up, who has an issue. He'll be starting at the cornerback position. Then you got Maddox, who is like, this guy's Toast City. If you want something big, throw at that guy over there. He's not very good. And, of course, behind those guys is Nikhil Roby, who's the nickel back. A lot of people don't like that guy. And, of course, Jalen Mills, who was a former cornerback that they turned to safety. And then you got Rodney McLeod, who's McLeod is a very productive little dude. He really is, man. So we'll see how it goes against him. Of course, the kicker is Jake Elliott, who's a good kicker. Cameron Johnston is their punter. And their kick returner is Greg Ward. Or either Boston Scott is the kick returner with John Hightower behind him. So there it goes. That's the Philadelphia team that you have to watch out for. And might I add, this is a dangerous team. Even though they have a 3-8 record, this is a dangerous team. They have speed. They have weapons. They got guys all over the place. You got guys that's getting healthy at the right time. It just takes a certain type of game plan. And it doesn't make me leery about the matchup with the Eagles. But listen, do not take them lightly, because they have weapons everywhere. They just underperforming right now, and you never know when they turn it on just like that. So we have to keep them frustrated, keep them guessing, keep pressure on Hurts, keep the ball out of their offensive hands by running the ball and taking advantage of that leaky sieve-ass defense that they're utilizing. And of course, we have to frustrate them with 3 and outs so they can't gain at their rhythm and keep their defense on the field while we methodically march the ball down the field. We have to run the ball, but when they start leaking up to stop the run, get vertical. And I like the game plan from last game, the second matchup with the Falcons, when Sean Payton said, let's get vertical. And he pretended, and I made a joke about it, and family members laughed about it, is the fact that Sean Payton pretended like Taysom was Drew. He said, look here, Taysom, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to pretend that you're Drew Brees, and I'm just going to have you throw the goddamn thing 37 times in this game. Okay, all right, coach, you got it. And that's what happened, and it was a success, for the majority of the game. And, of course, really suspect calling toward the end made it a little too rough for us. We shouldn't have won it. We should have won that game and scored another touchdown and won it easily, not getting getting ruffled up in the back end of the game like that and coming down to a last-minute Hail Mary from the Falcons in the end zone with the Saints knocking the ball away. It didn't have to be that way. We have to be smarter with decision-making. All right, now to recap, family, to go back after a long-ass spiel of going through this long-ass breakdown. The Saints injury report, we went over that. Just a recap for the family members that missed the first early portion of the show. All right, now let's look at the Saints. Injury report, Malcolm Brown is out with that shoulder issue. So is Patrick Robinson with a hammy. But everybody else is good to go. That means Shy Tuttle can play. He had a wrist situation. He fully practiced. Deontay Harris is back, fully practiced. From that neck situation, Ryan Ramczyk is good with his elbow. Jack Rabbit Jenkins fully practiced. He's back. Mike Thomas was limited, but he fully practiced. So did Davenport, who was coming off that concussion protocol. So we get Davenport back. That's a huge plus, by the way. I'm looking for a big game from Davenport in this one. I really am. I'm telling you, Davenport is going to give that bullshit Philadelphia Eagles defense fits. I'm looking for a multiple sack game from Davenport. Come on, he's due. All right, so let's keep it going there. Ty Montgomery, he's also back. Good to see him healthy. And in this game, we'll love to see what Coach Payton could do with Ty Montgomery. David Onyemata fully practiced. Latavius Murray was limited early with a knee, but he fully practiced with no restrictions. We good to go with the injury report. And of course, we went into the breaking down the Hurts makes his first career start. We covered some interesting stats and breakdowns from a good article from AP. We went over the statistical. We went over the stats of both teams, points per game, both offensively and defensively, plus the last 5 games and standings. We also then covered the Eagles team players statistics and show who's the threat from a statistical standpoint to reinforce the depth chart breakdown. We went over that. We all got familiarized with who the Philadelphia Eagles is. So when the game comes on Sunday afternoon at 3:15, we know exactly who these guys are and we know what we have to watch out for. So, that's the great and beautiful thing about this thing. All right. That was a long-ass breakdown, wasn't it? It was about 73 minutes worth to break down there, but we got through it. But big ups to the family members, man, in the live stream. Much love to you and Yearns. And thank y'all for being here with me. Please hit upon the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, hit that damn like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Big ups to Fabio Rodriguez. Who that to you? Thank you for joining the Great Saint Think Tank. Fabio, who that to you, fam? Appreciate you for joining the Great Saint Think Tank. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and I'll give you a shout out. Big ups to Dedrick Ford, who that to you, Dedrick too, who subscribed. True Louise Animal followed us on Twitch, so we got that as well. So big ups to them and to the rest of the family members. Tack Robinson, thank you. Thomas Hopper and the rest of the guys. Jakku Ant, Bird Perk Man, who has followed us and liked us via Facebook. And like I said, family, we not only we're on Twitch. We everywhere, to be honest. Ain't too many places we aren't. We on Twitch, we on Vimeo, we everywhere. I think it's a link in the description section with most of our stuff. But if you go to the community section, if you're a subscriber, you can see we had a lot of ads to put out today, man. A lot of stuff dropped today. A lot of gear dropped. For those who want to know about the Trust the Payton shirts are available. I've been telling y'all that they're coming. The designers got them ready and they were added to the store. So Trust the Payton shirts are available at the Pro Shop. So feel free to go to the Pro Shop and check out the Trust the Peyton shirts. And also, you know what I say, trust fundamental football. That's that's out. And of course, the Sports Coma, the Sports Coma diehard black and gold snapback hat, the one I'm wearing with the Sports Coma gold and black Saint colored a logo inside of a Saint flag. That's right. It's a Saint flag with Florida Leafs all up in that thing, as you can see, and a black and gold flag with the Sports Coma on it. And of course, the Pro Apparel patch on the other side. So if you want one, to get you one of the TSC diehard black and gold snapbacks, they're available at the Pro Shop. Check them out, man. And also the Drew Orleans snapback is available as well. So all that gear is available. Plus, we're running a sale, a holiday sale, and everything at the Pro Shop as well. So be a part of that. But the Trust the Peytons are available. But my shirt, what I like is the Trust Fundamental Football. That's also available as well. All right. So thank all the beautiful Jimmy Mack, who there to you. Big ups to the rest of the family members in this thing. Chiming in, Iceman, who there to you as well. Donovan, what's up, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Donovan Will, big ups to you. Ramsey, what's up, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Ramsey says, Q, I really hope this isn't a trap game and we take care of business against the Eagles. Marvin Norman, who there to you? Well, Ramsey, I don't think the Saints see it as a trap game. They got a reason to play in this game. They win this game, they take care of business in the NFC South. So they got a reason to play. You know, it might not make a lot of sense, but they got a reason to play. You get me? So I don't think this will be a trap game. The game that I really do think will be a trap game, not saying we'll lose, but had the propensity to be a trap game, is the Minnesota Vikings game. Because you will, after you take care of business against the Eagles, you're going to look at the KC Chiefs. Everybody and their mom are going to be looking at that game because that'll be a Super Bowl preview, right? But the game behind it, 5 days later after that game, is a Christmas Day game up against the Minnesota Vikings. That's the game you got to watch out for because it has all the ingredients to be a problem game for the Saints. Kermit Early. Thank you, Kermit. Big ups to you, fam. Thank you, Kermit Early. Welcome to the Sports Coma, Kermit Early. Who there to you, fam? And welcome to the stream. Welcome to the family. Big ups to you. Jim Kev is now following on Twitch. All right, that's what that is. I wonder what the hell that is running up there. All right, Jim Kev is following us on Twitch now. And like I said, we live streaming right now, family, across several different platforms right now. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, anyway, I know y'all not interested in none of that. But anyway, big ups. Thank you for the question, Ramsey. And thank you, Kermit Early and Jim Kev there. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's see what else we got there. Chiming in this thing. Big ups to you. Joe, what up, Joe? Joe Gidry, who that to you? Dr. Key says running the ball up the gut. That's right. If you giving up 139 yards a contest, 129, it don't matter. It don't matter whether it's 10 or not. They're giving up that kind of yardage. The Saints average over 140 yards a game. Take it. You don't think you get 10 more yards? We can get every bit of whatever we want if we can have the discipline to stick with it. That's what it comes down to. We have to be able to stick with it. We have to have the discipline to stick to the run. And say, well, Q, we gonna do that. Well, what happened the last game, huh? Huh, baby? What happened the last game when you were sweating your ass off the last 5 minutes of the contest when you wasn't supposed to be sweating? You supposed to be sitting back with your feet up drinking on lemonade for that game. That wasn't even supposed to become that. But see, that's what I be trying to tell y'all. Is that the kind of stuff that gets you beat? You can be doing everything right, and then at the end you start screwing around and you almost lost that Falcons game. And you said, well, Q, they won it, so don't worry about it. Listen, as a football mind, you have to pay attention to stuff like that. You do, and I do. You know why? Because of the last 3 years of what's happened to us. You pay attention to little things like that. You don't go into this thing with all half cock and your eyes big open and and then they go through the floor and your heart broke. They got people on here still upset about that. So the way a lot of people handle it, like Peyton says, is to celebrate each win, 24 hours to celebrate the win, and then on to the next thing. And I'm just saying, man, at the end of the day, we have to be smarter with this play calling. You are averaging 140 yards rushing a game. You got a team that you're going up there to that gives up 130 yards a game. We don't need to take round balls and try to force them into square pegs here. This is a seamless transaction. All it takes is for you to put this in here and there in the third. Thank you, Howard75. Appreciate you following us on Twitch. Got the mummy. I'm going to see if I can get somebody to change that mummy. See if I can get a Saints helmet running up there or something. Appreciate you, Howard. Appreciate you, Howard75 following us on Twitch. Thank you, fam. Appreciate you. All right, and that's what it comes down to, man. Run the ball. Let's keep it simple. And might I add, too, we on the road, family. And I always say this, running the ball on the road, running it on the road. When you run, recipe to winning on the road is playing great defense, which the Saints are doing, and running the ball, which the Saints are doing really well. If you can do those two things well, you will win the majority of the time. Why? Because defense prevents the other team from getting the rhythm. It stacks them, forces turnovers, all that. It's just demoralization by the defense is what you're saying from the Saints defense. And of course, the thing dealing with the running attack is when you take away opportunities from your rival to move the ball. You basically, when you're running the ball that much, you're stealing reps from them. You're stealing time of possession from them. And when you do that, you shrink their playbook and put the pressure on them to basically abandon one aspect of their playbook. And usually it's the running attack to try to throw it, and you just sit back and wait for them to throw the ball to you, and then you pin your ears back with a front four rush and let them go and go get them. That's bottom line. But the Eagles are a dangerous team. I'm going to tell you all that. They have weapons all over the place. You just don't know who they are. And Jalen Hurts, a lot of people don't know who he is, but I'm telling you, I know who that guy is. I know who he is. And I know what the hell he can do. That's why I'm warning you to this day, is that you can't let him run around out there. You think Taysom Hill is dangerous? The same way, see, we don't know how bad Taysom is until he plays against your ass. See, you only had Taysom on your side. But could you imagine Taysom as an Atlanta Falcon running around against the Saints defense? Could you imagine that? Well, you don't have to imagine anymore. And I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is Taysom, but he's every bit as fast as him. He ain't going to run over you. He'll elude you. He won't run over you. He does what Taysom doesn't do, which he's very elusive and makes cut at fast. When he's running, he making cuts full speed like Kamara does. Because and I'm just letting y'all know, man. I'm telling y'all, I know who Jalen Hurts is, man. That's why I was pushing the Saints to draft that goddamn guy. Big ups to you, Young City, Night Walk, the rest of the fam, Melanin God. Big ups to you. What's happening, Groove City and New Orleans? Who that? Thank you. Good to see you, that Melanin God. Big ups to you. Chopping up with that chocolate milk. I got you, fam. All right. Big ups to the rest of the family chiming in this thing. Let's see. Ulysses says 2 rushes. He said 2 rushes, baby. That's right. That's right. Tell him, Ulysses. Tell him 2 rushes, first down. 2 rushes, first down. That's why I called myself. I was singing. Me and my boy was singing at the screen. 2 rushes, first down. 2 rushes. That's what you got to tell her ass, because I had to make up a song to promote the Saints to run the ball. Because you had Latavius Murray there averaging 4.5 yards, almost 5 yards a rush. 2 rushes get you a first down. 2 rush, first down. 2 rushes, first down. Got the t-shirt at the pro shop. All right, big ups to you. All right, Jack Johnson says, Giants fan here. You can just win 50 though. Thank you, Jack Johnson. Appreciate you for joining the stream, my friend. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. All right, let's keep it going. I'm going to ask a few more comments, then we're going to go into it. Thank you, Will. Appreciate Will Saborn O'Reilly for your super chat. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate the super chat. Says, keep it up. Thank you, fam. Appreciate you there for the super stick. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. St. Gunner said, who that to you, St. Gunner? Big ups to you. He said, running the ball will be the key to keep KC off the field. That will be key for these next 3 games. Give Murray the ball. Thank you, St. Gunner. You're absolutely right. The Saints we are a bruising, dominating, slap the hell out of you with the defense and demoralize you with the running game type of team. And then you sit up there and you put methodical Drew Brees on top of that thing who got a master in the University of Methodics, baby. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin, let me see if I can get Kevin's last name right. Kevin Shahan. I hope I got that right, Kevin. Kevin, thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate and welcome to the family, Kevin. Kevin Shahan. I hope I got that right, bro. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Much love. All right, you're absolutely right. Thank you for that, Saints Gunner. Big ups to you. Travis, what's up, Travis Daisy? Who that? Say the Saints D built to stop the mobile D. That's right. Quan Alexander makes it a great move. Demario Davis makes it a great move. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson makes it a great move. Also, we got to remember, they can get there, but you got to get him down. He's very elusive. So we're going to see how this plays because I'm going to love seeing how this go. I'm just going to watch it and see how it plays. I think the Saints win the game, but, you know, Philly's they're going to wake up a little bit up in there. They was dead against the rest of these teams. Like I said, they lost 4 in a row. They're going to try to wake up in this game. They really are. All right, Dr. Key, big ups to you. Said, I trust the Peyton. I trust the Peyton to a certain degree. He's still suspect in the playoffs. Yeah, I think a lot of our family members who say trust the Peyton would take that shirt off when the playoffs came. But listen, that's why I was telling my brother Swade. And I was saying, Swade, listen, bro, I got you with that. But listen, I done seen too much and I've been through too much for you to tell me that. And I know you there, and I know I understand that. But man, it's something, bro. When you watch as much Saint football as we do, I mean, listen, it ain't like you're a casual observer. No, you're the opposite of a casual observer. You're a vested observer, which means you see it all. You see it all. You see it like you working for them people. You know what I'm saying? You breaking out the tapes. I'm listening to every press conference. You know, that's how I can recant things that he says and say, well, he said this, and then, well, Sean Payton said, nah, you don't do that, man. Stick to what you say you're going to do, or try it to the best of your ability. Just don't throw some stuff out there. If you do that, I'm going to call y'all. I don't care who y'all, you know, but that's what it is. But I've been through too much for many years to be sitting up here talking about I trust the Payton. I love Coach Payton. I really do. That's my coach. But that's what give me the right to say what I say about my coach. You know, I can't go up here and talk about nobody other coach intricately based on what I see, because I'm invested in watching what my team do. But I can scout. I can scout really well. I can scout your team and give a good analysis on your team and say, damn, that's pretty good being that you're just scouting them. Well, I do that to my team. So I know how to and what to look for if I'm scouting your team. You get what I'm saying? But I know Jalen Hurts from college, bro, and I know he can hurt you. All right, big ups to her. And once again, thank you, Will, for your super sticker, my friend. Thank you. And Kevin, appreciate you, and welcome to the family, Kevin. Big ups to you. Lori, who that to you? Lori, good to see you in the chat. Anthony says Eagles is a test run for KC mobile QBs. That's right. But I know that Patrick Mahomes boys, and I like Patrick Mahomes boys a lot, man. I really do. I always like Mahomes boys. But I don't know if he's athletically as good as what Jalen Hurts. He can move. But listen, he's been standing in that pocket a lot too now. They've been doing a pretty decent job of keeping him in that pocket. And of course, when he's making that half $1 billion, you most likely, you ain't trying to sneak your ass out there. You know what I mean? But you making a $500 million, they're gonna try to put up an offensive line to protect you because you are the junk. And it'll be a shame if the Saints go out there and bust that kid up, man, knock them all around. It wouldn't be a shame, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if something was to go wrong. But Jalen Hurts, and that's a good point, great point right there. By the way, Anthony, he said he goes a test run for KC. Didn't see it like that. But Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, is not as accurate as Patrick Mahomes boys. Very few are. That's not Drew Brees or the high ilk of the league. But in terms of athleticism, that kid could really move, man. He can move. So if anything, I would say he got him beat in that regard, but not that. It pretty much stops at that. But in the rest of them, Melanin says, what Melanin God 504 say, what up, Big Q? In your opinion, when will the Saints put Harris on the active roster because they need the special teams to be dominant again as soon as possible? Well, he's coming off the IR list. He should be activated for this game, bro. He got the clearance to play. He fully practiced today from the neck issue that sidelined him, and he's coming back. So you should see his activation called out Saturday or right before the game on Sunday. So you should see him activated, as well in being back there. The only issue with that, though, Melanin God, is that the Saints kick return and punt return team must block for that man. They've got to block for him. The reason why he's not doing what he did last year is because we've tremendously regressed in kick returning and punt returning. Now, we're top 5 in kick returns attempts in the NFL, and we're number 1 in punt return attempts with 30 on one side and 40 something on the other side. But how do you have all those return attempts and no touchdowns? Why? Because you have a special team unit that are one of the shittiest in the world, and I said in the world. In kick return and punt return, they are bad, man. I mean, I've seen guys, and you see Deontay Harris, he was getting cracked up all this in the year. That's why he hurt. He taking some punishment because guys running downfield unabated, and he's getting popped, and he shakes one dude. And then he shakes one dude, another dude at his feet, try to get rid of him, and a third guy. How can he shake 3 people? What the hell are the blockers doing? So I went and looked at the tape, and the blockers getting beat. They getting beat like Nate Robinson got beat. They getting their ass beat like what Paul did to Nate Robinson in that undercard fight with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. That's how they getting beat. I mean, they leading with their chin. Oh, they getting cold turkey treatment, man. They getting knocked out. You know, they getting that treatment, that DJ Pooh treatment from Debo. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Debo. All right, Iceman said, I'm convinced the Saints can win the Super Bowl, but I'm curious of what would you think if the Saints had another slip up in the playoffs? I'm not even thinking about that, Iceman. You are out of slips. All of the slips are gone. All of the trips are gone. All of the slip ups and flip ups and everything else is all gone. You don't have no more. That's it. It is do or die. It is now or never. So there is no more slip ups. There are no more trip ups. You done used 3 years to slip up and trip up. You had the Minnesota Miracle. That was big and stupid. You know, the next game after that, each season was worse than the next. And I have to give love to every last one of you guys that's still Saints family members after the 3 years of foolishness that we've been through as a franchise. That you guys are still so lovable and great that you will actually say, trust the Peyton. I got to give y'all a lot of credit because y'all are beautiful souls. All of y'all. Beautiful and righteous, loving, awesome people. That's what you guys are. Why? Because nobody would, if it were any fair weather people, they would have deserted you by now. They would have been stopped listening. They said, oh, after this, they're cursed. They can't do it. Remember that? People saying, oh, you can't win in the dome. You cursed. And he was like, oh, well, that's foolishness, Q. And I told you, listen, man, let me tell you something. Whether it's true or not, they believe it. You get what I said? Whether it's true or not, meaning that in your mind, that's why people spend so much time trying to get in your mind to put stuff there that don't belong there. Because if I can get you to believe a lie, it'll become real to you, to become true to you. That's why they say it over again. That's why they repeat lies over and over again so that they become facts and then you accept them as such. But they do not become facts unless you challenge them. That's the emphasis on critical thinking. That's why it's not promoted nowadays, because a bunch of psychologists is running the world. They're using mind games and tricks on the people. And I say that to say this, is that when Peyton did the rituals, he did 2 of them. When I showed them on the show, what was it, last year or earlier this year? When people said, get out of here, Q. And I showed them that Sean Payton was doing mock funerals like he was burying the dead saints of the past. He had to do that. Why? Because a significant portion of the people believe that the Superdome was built on top of a cemetery. But, you know, and the thing about it is, it was sacred ground a long time ago before the railroads had it. I did research on it now. Way long time ago before the railroad, there was a railroad yard there where they had railroad tracks there before it was bought out. And prior to that, it was actually, it was a burial ground there. Now, whether they got them all up, I don't know. But that lady came in there and she danced around with the snake on. Y'all remember that? She did it twice. And then he had several mock funerals to go along with that so that you can join along in the understanding that we are burying the dead saints of the past. They can't win. If he had not done that, then you would have had a similar road like like the Cleveland Browns did, where the overall mindset of the people were to expect disaster. They could not conjure up the fact that they could be winners once again, that they were somehow cursed, you see? But they shook it, we shook it, because Peyton did a great thing, understanding the mindset of the people. That's why I say Peyton more than a coach, because the type of stuff he doing more than what a coach do. I know, because I'm studying, I'm looking at a lot. I'm like, I done studied a lot of stuff. What are you doing with that? What you doing with that? But see, you can't share too much. You can't say too much, because people will say you'll lose them off to the far rights or left somewhere. But he knew what he was doing. You had to bury the old deadness so you can move on with the life. And that's what the funeral ritual is, period, for us. If somebody passes on, that is not for them. They're already gone. They've already graduated to the next realm of existence. They're gone. They've left the shell of themselves, their earthly astronaut suit, as that some would call it, that then will, after a period of time, turn into the dirt and go back to which it came from. So the ritual is for you, so that you have closure from you put your family member's physical body to rest in the ground from which it came. And that's where it comes from. It's not something disagreeable. It is how we do things. Even the dogs know, or people to scratch up to bury their own mess and, stuff like that. It's the right way to do it. But anyway, before we get on into that, big ups to the family members. Thank y'all for joining us. This is the Great Saint Think Tank. Listen, I'm going to come back on the other side of the break. I know I'm a little past. I'm way beyond where I'm supposed to be. I usually take my break at about 60 minutes or so. It's 96 minutes into this thing. Well, anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. It'll be about a couple of minutes. When I come back on the other side of the break, I'm going to open up the phone lines and the chat for y'all guys to chime in on the show. And we're going to try to speed through this thing. I don't want to feel like I'm rushing you, but please understand, when I open up the chat, we're going to have a lot of people in there, and I'm trying to get as many people in through as I can, because I'm running a little behind. So I'd like to thank all the family members for being here. Willie says, trust the Peyton. Willie, I got you. The shirt is in the shop, bro. Suede is he running with it. All right, John Campbell, what's up to you, John? Who that to you, John? Inevitable. Who that to you, Willie? Bibbins, who that to Willie as well. Madge Prime and Robert Clark and all the family members. Appreciate y'all in here. Y'all just hold tight. Let's see. I am Monica. What's up, I am Monica? Good to see you in the chat. She says Deontay is questionable. Hopefully he activates for Sunday. I think he will. Thank you. I am Monica. Is that Denise? Thank you. Thank you for that chiming in and being here. Appreciate you being here. Kenny Sutton, who that to you, Kenny? JT, big ups to you. Who that to you as well, fam? Jim Kev says, yeah, Q, you was big on Jalen Hurts in the draft. I mock draft him every chance I got. I was saying, man, listen, this dude a player. I'm telling you, a player. I know, man. We'll see. All right, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay right where y'all at. Please hit the like button. If you aren't a subscriber, hit subscribe to the Great Saint Think Tank, and I'll give you a shout out. And remember, y'all stay close. Coming back on the other side of the break, I'll have your guys' questions, comments, and calls for the game in this Friday episode of the Sports Coma. Y'all stay where y'all is, and we'll be right back after these messages. Peace. Live clean, eat cleaner. The only natural and patented produce wash. Eat Cleaner is a tasteless, odorless, and lab-tested line of food wash and wipes that is up to 99.9% more effective than water in cleaning wax. The only natural, patented produce wash in a 14-day study, applying Eat Cleaner all-natural fruit vegetable wash to a variety of fruit and 100 pure guaranteed vegetables. Also prolongs shelf life up to 5 times longer through a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. This can help save your family on average of over $500 per year, reducing waste and making it easy to get your half plate of fruit and vegetables each day. Eat Cleaner offers a wide variety of solutions for food safety and shelf life extension for consumers, retailers, food service, and operators. USDA bio-based, OMRI listed for use on organic produce, non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, made in the USA, lab-proven, and patented. So if you want cleaner fruits and veggies, try Eat Cleaner. Check the link in the description section below.
Tea is your escape.
It's your opportunity to create a moment for stillness, for reflection, for yourself. It's your connection to a world of senses, flavors both exotic and familiar, energizing and relaxing. It's your retreat from an increasingly turbulent world. It's the perfect paradox of simplicity and complexity. Teabox.com connects tea to people, uniting the richest flavors of the finest teas with the curious, the cultivated, and the adventurous all over the world. The freshest tea you've ever tasted, from crop to cup. There's simply no simpler way to experience the wonderful complexity of tea. Teabox, packing up the freshness. Tea thrives on freshness, and so do they. Teabox temperature and humidity control facility ensure that tea is maintained. The teas themselves go into oblique bags with aluminum layers that protect them from excess moisture and light. With Teabox, shopping for fresh, loose leaf tea is easy because you make an informed purchase. You know exactly where your tea is coming from. So for the freshest teas in the world, check out Teabox.com. That's right, Teabox.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
The Klein's family has been getting people to go nuts for old nuts since 1995. As legends have it, a number of the Klein's friends who heard the idea said you can go nuts trying to name a store like that. In the excitement, the Klein's thought their friends said old nuts instead of go nuts and proceeded to throw caution to the wind. Old Nuts has over 2,000 items, bulk and wholesale prices of a whole lot of your favorite fruits, nuts, and confections. A selection of gift baskets for any budget, any occasion, and provides one of the best and impressively rated shopping experiences on the web. Fact is, between their selection, service, speed, or their online presence in a virtual mirror retail experience, they have developed an enviable client base that's comprised of personal and professional customers who count on their remarkable range of gift baskets. Think of gift basket, think about Old Nuts. Check them out, oldnuts.com. Check the link in the description section.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers. Tiger talk. Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers. Tough Tiger talk. Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers. Tough Tiger talk.
Big ups to the Black and Gold family, man. We in this thing. Much love to the Sports Coma. Big ups to y'all. Thank y'all for being here on the Sports Coma. Much love to you. Appreciate the family members for chiming in on this one, man. Big ups to the rest of the family members on this episode of the Sports Coma. Much love to you and Yearn. Thank y'all for being here on this side of the break. Please strike upon the like button, family, if you hadn't already hit upon it. The link is in the chat for family members who want to pop up on the show and express themselves. We got a link in the chat right there for anybody who want to jump in on the show and speak their game and talk their saint truth. We got you. We got you covered, family. So much love to you guys on this rendition of the show. Big ups to everybody in the building, man. Thank y'all for being here as well on this one. Week 14 Saints versus Eagles preview and more. First segment of the show, full breakdown, man. Injury reports, statistical, depth chart, analysis, everything. Broke it all down, ran at it for over an hour, and then some, and then we back for more. This time is your opportunity to get in on the line and chime in and see and pop in the chat, and y'all guys hit that link there to get on the show, and you can pop in and spit your game on what you think about the Saints, what they need to do in this matchup, your thought process on what we need to do, keys to victory, score, whatever. Ryan G, who there to you? Good to see you in the chat. Says we would have ran back the one against the 49ers if he had blockers. No doubt about it, talking about Deontay Harris. I agree with you. Deontay should have at least 2 or 3 touchdown returns this year. There were opportunities, the one against the 49ers, and there were several others where he really had an opportunity to go to the house. So you can see him kind of moving around, dancing around, trying to find a slither. He just needs a crack. He just needs a crack of light, and boom, he gone. That's how fast that kid is. And of course, and if you think it was just, oh, well, Deontay Harris, Q, he just wasn't that good. No, listen. Remember when Marquez Callaway got back there? And Marquez Callaway is a pretty good return man in his own right. Let me tell you something. He couldn't get nothing going, and he ended up getting hurt. You would get guys hurt if you don't freaking block. And that's why I'm so upset with the Saints kick return, punt return aspect of it, man. It's pitiful. But thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that, bro. All right, let's keep it going in the chat. Family, big ups to the rest of the family members. Any questions or comments or concern, please place them in the chat. The link is also in the chat if you want to pop in on this thing and drop some science on the family members. We got the link is in the chat as well. So let me see if we can be able to do that. But yeah, you can feel free, hit the link, and that's how we doing the show tonight, family, on this Friday edition. We had the link in the chat. All right. Now, until then, I'm going to be looking over some comments until we get callers or whatnot in this thing. And big ups to the rest of the family. All right, let's see. I am Monica says Murray will show out and defense will continue to eat. Happy Armstead is back. I agree with you there, Monica. No doubt about it. Murray definitely should show out. You know, he's been. I mean, you don't reward a guy that ran for like 20-something yards against the Broncos, and then he comes back with a 5 or 7 game carry for less than 17 yards. How do you reward a guy like that? I mean, this guy was a major reason why you got the 228 against the Broncos. Then you reward him the next game with chicken feed. That's not how it's supposed to go. If you got a bell cow, you're supposed to run him. But truth be told, that's what I've been pinpointing for all these years. I've been talking about the propensity to get away from the rushing attack and want to throw the damn thing. You say, well, Q, we doing it now. You're doing it now because you have a quarterback that has a limited understanding of the playbook from an offensive standpoint, passer's perspective. That's why you're doing that now. But remember when Drew was in there, it's an over-reliance on Drew to a degree, to a fault when you're throwing more than what you're supposed to be throwing. Even when the measurables or even the natural-born indicators are telling you shouldn't be throwing the ball 35 times a game with a 41-year-old quarterback. And that's including Taysom Hill playing his package in there. You're still throwing the ball way too much. If you're trying to save the man, and it just so happens out, Drew gets hurt. He misses. He's not going to play in 4 games. He misses a month of football. That's a positive. It's a positive because it helps out Taysom Hill, gets a better understanding, gets live game reps, and operates behind the Saints offensive line. He gets a repartee with the wide receivers, Mike Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, Jared Cook, Alvin Kamara, so on and so forth, right? So the understanding should be once Drew does come back, he will be methodical as usual, but the real caveat is Taysom. Taysom should have a better grasp of the Saints offense from a passer's perspective, which should elevate his package to have more passing plays. Remember what that package looked before all of that. It was totally unbalanced and too predictable. Now, after 4 weeks of Taysom Hill, his understanding in the playbook, as far as the passing is concerned, has elevated, which means that he can take some of those plays that he ran and equate them into his RPO package before Drew comes back. And what it should look like is 2 different types of offenses running at the same time. Did you get me? Did you get me? That could be something that the league has never seen before. I was sitting back a couple of weeks ago, actually about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was saying, man, I'm seeing what he's trying to do here, because I seen the glimpse. I was like, I see what he's trying to do, but it wasn't until after I said, listen, I can't see the fruition of what you're doing unless you can allow the man to throw the ball, and the man is Taysom. He was running it too much. Y'all know that. So my thing was, let him throw it more. Well, now that he has confidence in the fact that Taysom can throw it, that should equate to more throwing plays. Perhaps a 50-50 split is what I'm calling for. If I get 60-40, I'll be happy, but that'll be 60-40 run versus 40 pass as far as Taysom is concerned, because that's what Peyton likes. But the reality is, the idea is what he's shooting for is to have a 2-headed offensive monster, juggernaut beast that's scaring everybody off, smacking the hell out of everybody. And what you mean by that, Q? What I mean by that is, when you're getting used to the vertical, getting vertical with Taysom launching the ball down the field and him running out of the pocket, gashing you for 20-yard runs and stuff like that, then here come the cold, cool methodicalness of Drew Brees comes along in there and start chopping you up slowly. Do you not understand how incredibly difficult that is for a defense to sink into? To be able to make adjustments to 2 styles of offenses that are both equally as dangerous? All the thing you have to do is take Taysom and Drew and Frankenstein their asses together, and you have the ultimate quarterback. And this is what it is, a slight rendition of, because you're going to have 2 styles of offenses operating in the same context. 2 styles, same offense. That is increasingly hard to deal with and to adjust to. So when it gets where it's supposed to be, thanks to the injury, well, I ain't gonna say thanks to the injury of Drew, well, but it was a positive in it. When I see him, I was like, listen, family, when it happened, I was like, fam, this is a blessing in disguise. The same thing that happened to Mike Thomas when we lost Mike after that during week 2. Remember that? And he was out all that time. What happened? Guess what? Marquez Callaway gained development. Traquan Smith, you seen he could play ball. He stepped up. His confidence is there. You seen Deontay Harris excel. You seen all these other young wide receivers come online and gain a familiarity with the offense while Mike was gone. What happened again? When Mike came back and got there slow, Emmanuel Sanders left for a couple of games due to the C-19. What happened? Wide receivers, young guys got in there, took advantage of the reps, stepped up, did what they had to do. Same deal over again. What happened with Drew Brees? Taysom Hill comes in there, does what he do. Guess what? Taysom is 3-0. 3-0. He's 3-0. 2 victories against the Atlanta Falcons, 1 against the Broncos, and going to be 4-0 against the Eagles. Listen to me now. Listen to me now. QB-friendly system, and anybody who got a brain can run it. It's just what it is. So, like I said, I love what I'm seeing here, and I want to see that, because, see, if you have that mix going into the playoffs, what I just spoke about, with Taysom running around and the vertical stuff and the methodical drives of Drew Brees, and then the defense, are you kidding me? The defense would knocking your ass out, sacking the quarterback, interceptions if we can hold on to them. We left 4 of them on the ground in the last several contests. If we can hold on to them, we have more of them. We having the turnovers, knocking their ass down. We have our healthy Marcus Davenport. Are you kidding me? It's a month left of games right now, and nothing is like what it was from the prior years. All setting up for righteous stuff. Think about it. You gave Drew a month off of rest leading into the season, and you only need him for the Kansas City and Minnesota game. Then you can shut him down for the Carolina game, and then we'll get the first round bye. He'll get 2 more weeks before the divisional game in the playoffs. Come on. So he comes back for 2 games, the Chiefs and the Vikings game. Then you shut him down for the Panthers. He doesn't play. We don't play in a wild card because we got the first round bye. So you won't see his ass into the divisional round. And all you have to worry about then is Russ. It's him being rusty after 2 weeks. So like I said, man, the Saints are where we supposed to be. There's a few things we got to clean up from a talent perspective, and toward the back end of these games, we can't be doing what we did the last game against Atlanta, call ridiculous ass plays. We cannot do that. We got to be smarter than that. That's why I've always advocating for people to do that. All right, fam, let's see. Let me see. I got a call chiming in here. Let me see. All right, fam, thank you for calling the Sports Coma. Who's on the line?
Inevitable.
What's up, Inevitable? What's going on, fam?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good. We all right. What's on your mind tonight, my friend?
Oh, no, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, we just wanted to call, and I haven't called in a while, so I wanted to call in and touch on what you were alluding to.
Sure.
About the whole Taysom Hill thing, because you kind of like, as I was thinking it, you were saying it, because when he used to come in before, it's good that he's getting all these reps now, because when he used to come in before, everybody knew what he was going to do. All the defense, they knew he was going to run. Everybody wasn't going to pass. You know what I'm saying? And we got through the pass. So, but now with all these reps he's getting, when he's coming in now, and Brees comes back and he comes in now, they ain't really gonna know what he's gonna do. He could throw the ball now. He could throw the ball deep. He's got these. You know what it is? It's confidence. He's got that confidence now. He could do it. He's an NFL quarterback, but he's got that confidence now. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I like. That's what I like about it. But like I've been like for a while now. I know you have, and all the family has too. This media is crazy. Like I'm watching Ryan Clark like from a couple days ago, and he's such a hater. You know, these people are such haters on the team, and you know what it is. Know what it is too. They don't they hate, but I really think it's just because they're petrified of this team. You know, like the NFL period. Like it just and they're just petrified because they know it's the best team in the league. Like, what team in the NFL do you know that can lose their starting quarterback 1 year, and then a quarterback that they just let leave in free agency can lead them to a 5-0 record? Then it happens the next year, they lose their quarterback mid-season. Another quarterback comes in, leads them to a 3-0 record so far. And maybe it's going to be a 4-0 record against, if we beat Philly, which I think will probably beat Philly. But that Jalen Hurts kid is there's no film on him. So, and I've seen it before, when there's no film on guys, they come up and rip up the league, you know, until the defensive coordinator starts getting film. So this game is kind of, we should win because they're struggling, but we got to be careful with that team and with that kid, because he, you know, we don't really know what he's going to. It's like a big guessing game. We're going to be like learning on the fly about that kid. You know what I'm saying? And they're hungry. They're due for a win. I'm not saying they're going to win. I don't think they're going to win. I think we smash anybody. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm trying to say, too?
Right. I'm with you, Inevitable. I agree wholeheartedly with you, my brother. I think you're absolutely right on the money. I mean, the thing is, we play our game that there's not too many to mess with us. It's only when we get cute, only when we start playing around and doing stuff we ain't got no business doing, like what happened in the last 3 or 4, 5 minutes of that Atlanta game, the last game, when you had to sweat your ass off for that win. I mean, listen, man, that should not be the case, man. And that's why I kind of get on people when people come with that genius crap. I'm like, man, listen, no, you got to know how to put these games away. You can't be making them type of calls late in the game, causing mistakes and doing stuff. That's simply on you. You run the ball and run the clock out, game over with. It should not come down to a last-minute pitch in the end zone against the Falcons. I done seen that go bad for the Saints. I've seen it go bad for many teams. Quite recently, you seen Kyler Murray throw the ball in the end zone on a last-minute ass play to DeAndre Hopkins, and he jumped over 2 guys and got the touchdown and beat them in the last minutes. You can't let that happen, man. You can't play games like that. You have to be able to seal these games up a lot better. But that's the only, well, besides that and the kick return and punt return stuff, that's the only stuff that's really we got to clean up on. The rest of the stuff, they're hitting it on all cylinders. They're doing the right things. But you can't make curious calls like that toward the back end of the games. You're going to get beat that way.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Like they're lucky. We were lucky we were playing Atlanta because I mean, if we were playing like a top notch team, we probably would have lost. We would have lost that game. You know what I'm saying? Because we were letting them hang around. You can't let good teams hang around for too long because they'll find a way to beat you. Their coaches will find a way to beat you. Never mind the players. They could have bum players, but if they got good coaches, they'll find a way to beat you. But that's the thing. Like I know we like all the fam. We all kind of like agree with the whole giving Latavius the ball too, because that's like imperative that we have to give Latavius the ball. The playoffs are coming, and if we all learned anything about running the ball and how important it is, just look at what Tennessee did last year with Derrick Henry. You kind of knew they were a good team, and you knew they could run the ball, and everybody knows who Derrick Henry is. He's a beast. But they kind of like they coasted into the playoffs. They were like the 6th seed. They weren't like no juggernaut. But once they got to the playoffs, they just pounded that rock, and that's how you win in the playoffs. You run the ball, and you keep the other team ain't scoring points if they're on the sideline, no matter how good their offense is. You just run up, but that's why Latavius is such a like important part of this team. Like I don't think like if Saints fans, we know we understand that Latavius is important, but like a casual fan, they don't really know. But Latavius is because he's a backup. He's Kamara's backup, and Kamara does special stuff that anybody that not many players can do. But Latavius is a guy that it's imperative that he gets the ball because he is good things happen when he gets the ball. You know what I mean, Q? That's the thing that has to happen is that they have to feed him, and they have to feed him often in any game, no matter what the score, no matter if we're up or down, because you wear a D out with a back like that. These defenses don't want to keep coming up and tackling a guy like that all game long. That dude hurts. Latavius hurts. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's the thing, man. But I really think that this team we're the best team in the league, and I know for a fact we're the best team in the league, not because we're the number 1 seed, is because we can beat you in so many different ways. We can beat you with D, we can beat you with running, we can beat you with passing, we can beat you with coaching. Well, if you like you said, when our
mind's right, we could beat you with coaching.
Yeah, when our mind's right, and our minds should be right because we have the personnel and the intelligence and the coaching staff to do it. And we're a pretty young team. I mean, we got veterans here and there, but we got a lot of young players. But we have a lot of smart players, man. But I left a comment the other day, yesterday I think it was, but getting the three Jackrabbit, Quan, and bringing back Malcolm, that's made such a difference in this defense. Since late last year when we acquired Jack, that's made such a huge difference. That's why I love about this squad too. When there's a problem, they always try to go address it. When the trade deadline comes, they always try to make a move. They get a guy, we address it. Now it's just time to put everything together because we all know we were real better than Minnesota. Come on now, we just had a bad game. They because you know what it is. You know what it was. Is I hear a lot of people saying it was what's his face all Zimmer. It was all him, and yeah, he definitely had a big part to play with it because he's the main man. But it was Hunter and Danielle Hunter and Griffin. They're the ones that won that game, and Thielen. They're the ones that won that game. They dominated our line. So
right,
that's what it is.
Well, you're absolutely right. Inevitable as usual, my friend. I appreciate you calling in, man, because you're right on the money, bro. I mean, I think a part of what I do, man, is I try to alert the family members. A lot of people like the sports coma because we keep it real. You know, and if you
Yeah.
want to hear somebody gush and gibe over the Saints all day, you know where you can go to get it. You know, but here we give the team, the team much love, but we look at it from a realistic standpoint, man, because the reality at the end of the day is when stuff go bad, you need critical analysis. You don't need all the Google and Gaga stuff, which is fine. There's a place for that. But the reality is what we dealing with is why aren't we a 3 Super Bowl winning team? That's my perspective. My perspective, the last 3 years, the Saints should have at least 2 of those 3 years we should have been Super Bowl winners. That's my perspective. And people say, well, Q, damn, why are you so hard? Because that's my perspective. I'm not happy with the type of ridiculous Three Stooges falling out of the playoffs as way we've been doing it over the last 3 years. I'm not happy with that. I'm not. And my focal point is and I said it before the season. I said the Saints going to win 12 or 13 games. They're going to do it because they are good. That's what we're not surprised. I mean, I'm happy because, you know, like I said, you celebrate that win and then you move on to the next one. You know, but the reality is I'm like, okay, we got that one. Now we got a month left. We got a month before school start, and we're going to see how you good at them tests. You had 3 years of falling down up out of here. Did you learn anything from the 3 years? And let me tell you something. The last 3 years have plenty for you to learn from if you have your eyes open and brain cells rubbing together. There's a lot you could have learned from the last 3 years of playoff failure of what you got to do. And they're like, well, the Saints weren't flawless in none of these performances. They were turning the ball. You don't go into the playoffs and turn the ball over, man. You make them turn the ball over. And another thing is we had a running attack. We just didn't utilize it the way we were supposed to. You should have let Latavius Murray tear the Minnesota Vikings a new one. But we just didn't do it. We went in there melancholy. Everybody was way too relaxed. And you got beat. And I didn't like that. That was disrespectful to the Who Dat Nation, the way we fell up out of here. And while we winning these games, that's in the back of my mind. Okay, we got that done. We got that. It's like checking off a shopping list. You know, you checking off everything. You got everything. You got what you need. And then you bought the groceries. You got everything. You got the ingredients. Now it's time to go home and cook that stuff. And then once you put it all in the pot and make sure it tastes good, then you got to serve that stuff. It's a process to it all is what I'm saying. And right now we buying the damn groceries and the ingredients and the season and the fresh seasonings and the dry seasoning. And now it's time to go on. We got to get there and get this stuff right. We got to put it on the plate and make sure it's good. Because you can buy all that stuff and go there and cook some stuff that make you barf. We got to make sure we doing it the right way, man, so that we eating good at the table and not sitting up there smelling something nasty and throwing up. You understand what I'm saying? Because that happens in the world for real.
Yo, I feel you. That's the thing. Like, yeah, you could go buy a great bike or something like that. Like you go buy a Trek bike or a Cannondale or whatever fancy bike, but if it's just sitting in your shed, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? It's just sitting in your shed. But no, you know what the problem is like I remember it was 2011 when we were playing San Francisco in the divisional round, and then 2017 when we were playing Minnesota in the divisional round. Those two games are spitting images of each other. We were down, I believe 17-0 to San Francisco in that game, and we were down 17-0 to Minnesota. So it's like you got to play a whole game. You can't just say you can't just fall 17-0 on the road in the playoffs and then Drew will lead us back. And he did, and he did lead us back. Right. But it's like, come on now, you gotta play some good D in them first halves and don't fall into a hole, especially in the play, because you know that atmosphere and everything. Everybody ups their level of play, and you know, mistakes are very few and far between. So that's like we need to not, like when we build that lead against the Rams. I don't even like talking about that game because that was a mockery. Everybody knows that, but it's the thing we can't fall into holes like we do. It's falling into holes in the playoffs. It's hard enough to win in the regular season. Falling into a hole, never mind the playoffs. But I know we all like a broken record when we talk about PJ Williams. Needs to not be on the field, seriously, because if that dude's on the field in the playoffs, he's gonna cost us pretty much like from advancing. and he needs to now be on the field. That dude. I mean, I understand injuries happen. He had to come in because Robinson went out the other day, and then Jack Gravel wasn't playing. But we gotta do something, because that's not, put Taysom Hill at corner or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't put PJ Williams on the field because I don't know how he's still on the field. He's a liability. He's a straight liability. But Sean Payton loves him for some reason. I don't know what it is, but maybe but I don't know why he's on the field. Every time he's on the field, that dude, I cringe. I'm like, oh, here we go. That's why I knew Atlanta was gonna stay in the game because of him. But I mean, he made a few plays. He made a good play down on what's his face, Hayden Hurst down by the goal line. No, he did make that play. So. I mean, he I guess he got a little bit of talent. We got to be hard on him, though. We're Saints fans, so we're gonna be hard on you. We're gonna praise you, but we're gonna be hard on you too. But that's just what it is. But and I don't know. I feel like this is the year. We like we say, we have a lot of ways to beat teams, and we're the number 1 seed. You got to watch out for those Packers. Them refs love those Packers. So still a few more games left. So four more weeks left. So a whole month of football left. So hopefully we could keep riding this train and keep taking this hate, all these haters, just keeps absorbing it in. And we can ride that train right to the Super Bowl and just smack up whoever we have to play, whoever to get that chip. Because it's inevitable that we win that Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Q?
Yeah, you're right. Every bit of it, bro. Namesake and all, man. It's definitely an inevitability for the Saints. We've got to get it, man. After 3 years of bumbling, stumbling, falling through the floor ass football, it's time for you to show the Who Dat Nation and reward them for all of the love and support that we've been putting up with you. We've been giving you everything. Yeah. It's time for you to give it back, and that's my thought process on it. And and I feel that they will deliver. I give them that. I think the Saints will finally deliver this year because it's two of the things that they were missing from last year, they have, and it was a smart move to go out and get these 2 guys, and actually 3 guys now if you won't think about it. Emmanuel Sanders really helped out big with the young wide receiver core. He's the best compliment that Michael Thomas has ever had. Michael Thomas is learning from Emmanuel Sanders to be a better wide receiver. With him being half the season, he said as much. So, and also not only that, but all of the other guys as well, the Marquez Callaways, the Deontay Harris, the Traquan Smiths. Don't think for a second, Saints family, that these guys have just simply arrived at the same time. No, they had help getting there, and Emmanuel Sanders was a major part of helping them understand the game from a wide receiver's perspective. He has a history of doing that all the way back to the time when he was with Pittsburgh, when he ended up with Denver. He did it last year with San Francisco. He just was in the Super Bowl last year with the 49ers doing it. So he's not too far removed from the last Super Bowl, and he about to be in another one. So, I mean, you got to give him credit. That was the big move. And then the second one was Malcolm Jenkins. Getting Malcolm Jenkins back there to calm that secondary down and provide intelligence and high play on the back end of that secondary. That was another huge move because it's teaching the young cornerbacks and guys that inexperienced guys like Marcus Williams how to play the safety position. Notice his play has gotten a lot better since Malcolm Jenkins was allowed to stay back there with him and instruct him on the field when they allowed him to stop covering the tight end, which is why I bring the third guy in, which was the trade for Quan Alexander. When you did those 3 things, that put you over the top because Quan Alexander provides a perfect complement next to Demario Davis. He matches Demario's intensity. He matches his intelligence. He's a young veteran. He ain't too young, but he's been in the league for 5 years. You know what he's looking at. He's healthy. He's intelligent. And he's really versatile. He's 6'1", 230-ish, but he has the speed of a safety. And that's the big part of Quan Alexander's game is that he covers the tight ends that allows the safeties to stay back and do what they love to do. He also blitzes when you need him to blitz. He can pick up a running back out the backfield. Like I said, he's a linebacker, but he has safety speed. He reminds me, like I said, of a poor man's Thomas Davis. I think Thomas Davis still playing for the Redskins in his heyday when he was with the Carolina Panthers. His style reminds me of Thomas Davis. He's a little bit more grittier, but very similar type of player. He can do a lot for you. When they added those three guys to the Saints collage of what they had, that pushed them over the top. Because when the playoffs come, you're going to see Emmanuel Sanders, what he do for the offense, and you're going to see what Malcolm Jenkins do for the defense. You're going to be seeing all that fussing on the sideline like you did last year in the Minnesota game when Laddie Daddy and all them fussing at each other. You ain't going to see all that. You're going to see attention to detail. You're going to see cool instruction. You're going to see all that. And that's why those veterans was brought here for a Super Bowl title. That's why they're here.
I know it's true. Big up to Emmanuel too, because he's like you said, he's played for Pittsburgh, Denver, San Francisco, and he's made an impact in every single team. Like how many players in the league history have played for like 3 or 4 teams and made a major impact in every single team that they play for like that. And remember you just were talking about how he went to the Super Bowl with San Francisco last year.
Yep.
Hey, he was a bad Jimmy G deep ball away from being a hero in that game. He would have been the hero kid because San Francisco probably would have won that game. He caught that and scored. And I love Emmanuel too because he's like he is what like little kids should look at that dude and be like, yo, this is who I want to be like. I want to be like Emmanuel. Because Emmanuel, with us, I'm watching him. He'll have like 1 catch for 5 yards. And somebody will throw him a pass and it'll be incomplete or bunt, and he'll get up and he's smiling and laughing and he's having a grand old time. That's what you want as a teammate. You want to see that as a teammate. He's always dialed in. He's always focused. He's always under control. No moment's too big for him. That's a professional right there.
Yep.
And as far as Quan, like you were saying, I remember when Quan was with Tampa Bay, and I used to watch him and Levante David together, and I used to love Quan, man. I used to be like, man, I like that kid, man, a lot, man. He's a good player. And then we get him a few years later. That's funny how that works out too. And he's an LSU kid, so that's even better, you know. But he is a good player though. He does remind me a little bit of Thomas Davis. Now that you're saying that though, Thomas Davis is they don't make him like that anymore. That dude's been playing since forever, seems like. And then Jenkins, like you were saying, is great to have him back too, because he's such a lot of people, you know, they just like see what they do on the field, but they don't like take into account like what these dudes are doing like in the locker room and how much of an impact like their voice has like behind the scenes and what they're teaching these young kids. You know, look at Marcus Williams. We used to like destroy Marcus Williams in the summertime. He was like the talk of your show. Marcus Williams this, Marcus Williams that, shitting all over Marcus Williams. But hey, we ain't really been doing that about Marcus Williams for a while, and we all know why. He's got a little bit of talent, and Jenkins is giving him that knowledge. You know,
right?
You know that it's not hard to see. You know, he was struggling, and now Jenkins is there. It took a little bit of time during the season, but now they're all flourishing back there. You know, that secondary is so crazy talented. I think it's all mental with them. You know, they got the talent. Everybody sees it, but it's just all mental. It's crucial situations that they gotta clean up. But once they do that, we're good.
You're right.
You know what I mean, Q?
You're absolutely right, bro. I mean, we definitely good after that. We just got to take care of business and we'll be fine, man. And that's what it comes down to, bro. Cleaning up the mistakes, man. And we looking at, like you mentioned, Marcus Williams, Malcolm Jenkins' instruction to him. I think what we was lacking last year in leadership in the playoffs, we've got a full bevy of it, plus a year more experienced team to deal with that. And when you deal with that disappointment, listen, let me tell you something. There's nothing worse than losing in the playoffs. And that is that is the greatest fear, is losing in the playoffs. Meaning if that fear is what it should propel the Saints to play their game. I have not successfully seen the Saints elevate that play successfully. Now the year 2 years ago when we advanced up against the Rams to the NFC Championship game. The key to that, the loss, of course, you're going to talk about the referee, but people often forget
Arnold, right?
They forget Arnold. Right? You forget the drop touchdown pass. It's people. That's a very stamping moment in the mind of people. That's a very pivotal and graphic stamp point for people to remember the Saints lost the game because of the referee. No, you did not lose it because of the referee. You lost it because that you had a guy that dropped the touchdown pass. He said, well, no, Q, that's not true. Well, if the guy caught the touchdown pass, would you have been worried about what the goddamn referee was talking about? No, he wouldn't have worried. If he would have caught the touchdown pass, remember that. Dan Arnold dropped the touchdown pass that could have won you the game. And when it came down to it, we made several other decisions after that was crucial. We could not convert 3rd and 1s and all this kind of stuff. And instead of going for it on 3rd and 1, we ultimately want to kick field goals and punt and do all this other stuff. When you plan for the big game and you want it, you got to go and get it. If your line is one of the top 5 best in the league, you have to tell them to their face, listen, I want that first down. I want that first down. It's 1 yard. Y'all each making millions to hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you don't give me that 1 yard, I'm gonna move all of you. I'm gonna move people around here till I get what I want. I want 1 yard. You go out there and get it for me. And you got to do it. They got to do it. You cannot allow your team, if you're a top-notch team, you can't let another team that's playing more desperate than you win. They're gonna win the game over you. They're gonna beat you. That's like in war. Just because you got all the tanks and got all the bombs, you will never defeat a people that's willing to go out there and throw rocks at the tanks. You've seen that on television before. You seen people out there, they don't have nothing. They don't have no weapons, no nothing. They out there throwing rocks at the tanks. And you out there looking at them like, look at these crazy ass people throwing rocks at the tanks. That's the fighting spirit of a people. You will never conquer those people. They don't have nothing else to give. They throwing rocks at the tanks. And we know that ain't no harm, but it's the mere fact that regardless of whatever I have, I'm going to use you to fight with it. You will never defeat a people like that. And that's the mentality that you got to have when you out there. You can't let another team who and the Rams were desperate. They was going for it on 4th and 1 and all this kind of old stuff. And then what that old saying says that the fortune favors the bold, not the one that won't play it safe. And that's what we did. We wanted to play it safe, and we lost. And of course, the referee has something.
Wanted to get out of there,
right? And that's not going to happen. You've got to do the right things, man. You got to do the right things. There's no way around it. That's why it's fundamental. Everything's built on fundamental, and it's built on the foundation of fundamentalism. And then what you have, or your style of system, like Coach Payton has, is then built on top of that. But the foundation is fundamental. The house of which the skill set or the architect of the house is Coach Payton. He designed that whole structure, but it's built on the foundation of fundamentalism. And
I'm sorry to cut you off, but like in that Rams game, like usually when we're clicking on all cylinders, like the most impressive win to me this year was when we beat Tampa Bay. And we've had plenty of games like that where we're throwing so much different personnel and so many different packages and so many different plays, and we're running dudes on and off the field. That's when we have anybody on the heels. That's when we're at our best. And in that Rams game, I don't remember seeing that. Like Sean Payton, usually his mentality is like, we're gonna, and Breeze, them two, we're gonna make you worry about what we're doing. But in that Rams game, I remember we didn't really have that type of mentality. Yeah, we did get screwed a little bit by a lot by the referees, but we didn't have that kill like foot on the jugular like mentality in that game. It looked like we just wanted to get the hell out of there. Like let's seal this win and get out of there. But Rams, like you said, Rams were playing desperate. They were just letting loose. Like you saw Goff, he was just letting loose in that game.
Right.
And I still think that we were a better team, and we still should have won that game. And the referees were awful, were terrible. but we did have a lot of like look at Dan Arnold, like we both were just talking about. This dude's he's catching, he ain't dropping no touchdown passes with Arizona. He scored twice the other day. Like I was like, come on, man, how come the dude didn't do that with us? You know, well that's just the way the ball bounced in that game, man. Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna wrap up this call, Q. I'm gonna go relax. I'm getting old, you know.
Well, I appreciate you chiming in, my brother. I appreciate you, though.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking my call. Best show. You know that.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, bro. And who that tell you, bro? Stay safe up there in Massachusetts.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. You too. Who that?
Who that? That's my dog, Inevitable. Appreciate him chiming in, man. Big ups to Inevitable. Got brother Jerry we're going to bring up next and bring on the line. Big ups to the rest of the family members. Give a few shout outs to the family members. Wayne Bradley. Wayne. Good to see Wayne Bradley in the building. Big ups to you, Wayne. Who that to you, bro? Quincy. What's up, Quincy? Who that to you? Chilling in the building as well. T Dirty. What's up, T Dirty? Big ups to you. Abraham. Who that to you? Teal. My dog Teal in the building. Big ups to my dog Teal as well. School. What it do, pimpin'? Trey Joseph, what's happening, fam? Good to see you in there. Scott, who that to you as well? Big ups to you. Smoking Joe, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat as well. And all the family members in this piece, thank y'all for joining us. And it's Charles Winston, Cap Manny. What's up, Cap Manny? Big ups to you. Good to see you in the chat as well. Who that to you? Damone Robinson, what's up, fam? Says Eagles starting Jalen Hurts for two reasons. Wentz head ain't right. And he was literally crying on his way to the locker room. Coach trying to save his job. That's right. Dougie P. Isn't that amazing? A couple of years removed from a Super Bowl, and they're trying to run him off. It's real to be a coach in this league. I'm telling you, you got to win. And then the old song from Janet Jackson that still rings true today, and that song got to be 20 years old, 20 years or more, is "What Have You Done For Me Lately?" What have you done for me lately? I'm trying to tell you. All right, big ups to the family members as well. Abby, what's up, baby? She says, if Dan Arnold catches that touchdown, the refs will still find a way to screw us. Remember the no-call helmet to helmet on Josh. I remember that, Abby. The same game, that no call screwed us out of a field goal. But that wasn't it, though, Abby. You still had several other opportunities to win that game. It wasn't that. If you catch that touchdown, you have the lead. You wouldn't need no field goal. You would have the lead. You'll be operating with the lead. And I'm saying, if you go back and watch that game, because I watched that game too many times to even much want to count on it. And there were several opportunities and drives that we just did not do what we were supposed to do. We had blown coverages, drop passes, drop touchdown passes, turnovers. We had missed tackles. We conservative call. Even Coach Payton, when the game was over, I played it on the show, basically saying that he blamed himself for the loss because he was too conservative. And he ain't lying. You can't beat nobody when you're not going all out. And them people going all out, going for it on 4th and 1 and everything. You'll never beat them doing that unless you're doing it. And they know what you there for. You trying to get to the bowl. What you holding on being conservative for? That was a mistake. He played it too close to the vest and he got beat. You know, and you right on the referees. The referees will do it, but it'd been hard to screw you if you was ahead in that game, which Arnold's touchdown would have put you ahead. If you had that touchdown, you would have been ahead in that game. But you're right. They will try to find a way to screw you out of it. Melanin says also cute offense was inept. Even after Arnold dropped the touchdown, I remember screaming at the television saying, let's go offense. I'm saying people stick to the polarizing image of the ref not making a call. And listen, he was damn wrong for not making that call. But I ask y'all this, what did you expect? Did you expect he was going to make the call and do it the right way? I was documenting for over 3 years now that the referees and well after that have not done righteous by the Saints. The calls go against the Saints the majority of the time. We just came out of a game when the Atlanta Falcons was sitting their ass up there. The Falcons, with all the stuff that was going wrong in that game. You mean to tell me the only thing the Falcons did wrong was had one penalty for 15 yards? Are you kidding me? The Saints were called for 10 penalties for 79 yards. There was no rationale. I sit up there and watched that game several times before this. And this past week, to see that they had a dozen missed calls of holding. I can go a lot more than that, but it's the mere fact you sitting up there watching them hold and you're not throwing the flag. So I've been blasting, riding down. I don't know nobody that talk harder against the refs than I do. I don't know. I got shirts with me slapping the hell out of them in the pro shop. I got shirts that call "Ref You Suck" shirts. I got all that going. Go check out the pro shop and get you some. I mean, straight up. If you're an NFL referee, you're a piece of scum and a piece of trash because you representing scum and trash, and they know they are. That's why they keep them part-time so they can manipulate them like that. I mean, it's absolutely unfathomable what kind of garbage goes on. They might as well be a bunch of goddamn WWE referees. I got as much respect for a WWE referee that I got for an NFL referee. It's a joke. It's a joke, and I'm sick of being on the other end of the calls because I come into each show warning people, sounding the alarms about the referees and dirty ass referee alert, dirty ass referee alert. I ain't sounded this show, but I'm constantly always riding on the referees because the referees are scum. I watch them, they trash. And I said to their goddamn face, you scum, you're filth, you're trash. You know you operating corrupt. You know you're a bunch of rotten, dirty dogs that's operating for a rotten, stinking octopus known as the NFL as an appendage to try to stop the Saints like what they do. Because Tom Benson and the Benson family stood up against Goodell because they knew he was a piece of trash and tried to vote his ass out of there. But the rest of them loved him because they get paid with him. But everybody hate him. When he step up to the podium, they booing the hell out of him. But these greedy ass dogs voting to keep him in there because they get paid. Never mind the fact that everybody don't like the bastard, but it don't matter. And he represents there, and the referees are an appendage of the NFL. And then you have all these fantastical people that are former referees sitting next to the broadcasters. Like when a call come down, they sit up there trying to explain to you why the call went there. Y'all need you to explain that to me. I know what this is. I've been watching this long enough to understand what this garbage is. I mean, it's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. And then they got stuff in their ears telling them they was lying about that, saying that, oh, no, the referee makes the calls on the field. The referee don't make no calls on the field. They got stuff in their ears. They getting told what calls they can make and ones they don't make. When in the Rams game 2 years ago with the Saints, the man came up with the flag in his hand and put it away. How you knew to put that flag away? You seen that penalty? Why you put that flag away? You seen that was a penalty. And then there were several other come to Jesus moments, as I call them, that I've seen the referees do that type of stuff. When they look and then they talk and one of them talk another one out of a flag. I mean, it's absolutely, they are nothing but WWE referees. You know what I'm saying? You know the referee that he gets down there and he gets 1 and then 2 and then mysteriously the last slap, the arm that hit the mat goes a little slower than the first 2, and he does just enough to stop, and he stops right there. Oh, man, the Shield. Man, get out of here. But thank you for that, Abby. Big ups to you. But you're right, the referees are a bunch of rotten dogs. I just went on my rant on that, and I can rant on them for a whole I don't know nobody ride on the refs harder than I do. I'm serious. Because I know what time it is with them people. It's terrible. All right, fam, the big low country, big ups to you, fam. Good to be here. Don Wine Fontaine, what up, Don Wine? Big ups to you. John Thompson, what's up, fam? Leonard Bush, who that to you? William, thank you, bro. Trell Hatch, what's up, Trell? Damone Robinson, he says, how good is the Saints defense? Is Breeze playing? The Saints defense is the best defense in pro football, and Breeze is not playing, my friend. And if he does play, it'll probably be in a limited capacity, but I don't anticipate him playing. He didn't even practice since his entire week, so I don't see him playing. All right, big ups to you. That's right, School. Big ups to my dog, School. Roy Baker, what's up to you as well? Big ups to the rest of the family members. Please hit the like button. If you aren't a subscriber, please subscribe. All right, fam, I'm going to go to the chat here and open up. We got Brother Jerry and Trey Joseph. We're going to start it off with Brother Jerry. Brother Jerry, welcome to the show, my friend.
What's going on, Big Q? Who that to you?
Who that to you, my brother? Welcome to the show.
Likewise, Big Q. And hello to everybody out there that's in the chat. I love y'all. Who that to everybody. I love each and every one of y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Let's go get it.
Well, welcome to the show, Q, Brother Jay. Let's see what Brother Jay got to say.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show, Big Q.
No problem,
but
bro.
I want to pick up right there where you left off because you about to say about these referees the same thing I'm about to say. But you already done covered it now, bro. I mean, I got to give it to you. You already, no, I said, nah. I said, I was going to say something. I said, nah, I'm going to let Big Q take care of that. He got that handled. I was just sitting back and listening.
Well, I mean, Brother Jay, Big Country Low, who our Falcon family, says, Big Q, our team perfect. He said the ref got that one penalty right with the Falcons. So I got to gotta laugh with him.
But you know something, Big Q?
Yes, sir.
Those NFL referees better be thankful it ain't like Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown at the same time, because make you want to put somebody in the rock bottom or the super kick or the Stone Cold Stunner or the spear or the whatever move you want, the choke slam, the last ride or the tombstone or anything. They better be glad it ain't Raw or SmackDown. It doesn't matter.
Man, you're right on that, Brother Jay. I'm sick of them, bro.
Hey, you ain't by yourself, Big Q. You are not by yourself. We sick of them too. And I did heard you mention about Screwdale, because you already know where I'm going with this, and I already know. We hate that dude.
Yeah.
We really hate that dude. Everybody hate that dude.
Everybody.
And I'm not talking about just us Saints fans. I'm talking about every football fan out there. They hate this guy.
Everybody.
I mean, everybody and their mama hate them.
You ain't lying, Brother Jay.
Nope, I'm not lying at all. But I hope your night is going well, Big Q, along with your family and everybody. And hopefully everybody's okay.
Yes, sir. Everybody fine, bro. Good. Thank you for that. And the same with your family too, my friend.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you, man. Okay. Now for this game on Sunday. I believe we're going to be just fine on Sunday. I think we're going to be, with Jalen Hurts starting as the Eagles quarterback. But like I say every other week, we can't take these teams lightly, because just because Wentz ain't starting and Hurts is, like I said, we can't take this team lightly, because you saw the little change up when they played against Green Bay last Sunday. We saw a little bit of a change. We saw a little bit of a change in Jalen Hurts and that Eagle offense. So
right,
we had to see what they're capable of when we come up that way on Sunday.
Right.
Yep. But you ain't got to. But like I said, that Saint defense. Thank God for them. Thank God for them for the last 7 to 8 weeks. Because they've been flat out balling out there, man. And when I say flat out balling, Big Q, I meant it. Because let me tell you something. Once again, if it hadn't been for that Saint defense, the Saints would have sit right now at 9-1 if it wasn't 9-3 if it wasn't for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be pretty rough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep, but like I said, we just got to go in there and all we got to do is show up and play like we've been always doing.
Right.
And we start fast, score points, play good defense, play good offense, do some special team, and the most important thing, Taysom Hill, if you're listening to me, do not, I repeat, do not fumble the football, because those fumbles nearly almost cost us these games if it wasn't for those fumbles. So please hold on to the ball, and if you see Thomas going down the field, throw it to him. If you see Sanders going down there, throw it to him. If you see Traquan Smith going down the field, throw it to him. Any receiver that you see, just don't hold the ball, man. Just let it go. They'll catch it. Just don't fumble the football, Taysom Hill. If you're listening, brother, don't fumble the football. Because if you hold the ball too long and try to make a run, these defenders of these opposite teams, the opponents we're facing, will knock the ball out your arm and recover it for a fumble. So please, just be the Taysom Hill that you can be on Sunday. Just stick to that plan.
Right.
And like I said, if you see any one of those receivers going downfield, throw it to them.
We'll put it up there.
And also, most importantly, also run the football. Run it. Run the football, run like hell, run like you don't lost your mind. Just run. Because those running attacks are the reason why we're back where we needed to be, because Q, I'm sure you remember this not too long ago when we had like 4 running backs with the Saints. Because we had Pierre Thomas, we had Mark Ingram, we had Mike Bell, we had a little dose of Julio Julius Jones, Chris Ivory, and what was that other running back that we had? Kyrie Robinson.
Kyrie Robinson. Yep. Robinson. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was tough.
Hadn't been for that. These running backs, they would not be like around the top 10 in the rushing attack. That's what happens when you run the football.
Yep.
And on the defensive side, keep sacking, keep putting pressure on the quarterback, force fumbles, get interceptions, because things will work out better because there's an old saying, Big Q, the best defense is a good offense.
There you go.
Yeah, let me say that one more time. If y'all didn't get it the first time, I'm gonna say it one more time. The best defense is a good offense.
Mm-hmm. That's
so
it.
If we do all of those things on Sunday, we're gonna be all right.
Yep, I agree with you.
And if Reverend Saint was in the building, he'll say it like this. I'm gonna tell you right now, baby, we're gonna be all right, baby. Just hang in there, baby. Just keep playing the best you can, baby. I promise you, baby. We're gonna come out 11-2, baby. We're gonna be 2020 NFC South champions, baby. Just hang in there, baby. I promise you, baby. We're gonna be just fine, baby. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything's gonna be all right, baby. I promise you, baby.
Pretty good, Jerry. You do. Well, I say you're a fantastic Reverend Saint, bro. You and Tramal. You and Tramal about what, bro? Y'all pretty good, bro.
Yeah, but we already know, Big Q, you got that down pat, bro. We just catching up. We just some youngsters just catching up. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but I was Big Q, I was saying in the chat, I thought we were gonna hear another tune. I thought we were gonna hear another tune from the Dollar Tree Quartet. Cause I enjoyed that last week. What'll I do? You know what they sound like when they first said it. It's kind of like what Fred Sanford said. If I didn't care, how would I be sure that this love would be uncompared with all this speech? I didn't care for you. 90.
Oh man, yeah, that's funny. That's funny, brother Jerry. That's funny, man. That's funny. Yeah, that do take you back to that, don't it?
It does, man. It does. Oh my God. I hope everybody in the chat enjoyed that, man. Cause like what they always say, laughter is good for the soul, man. You gotta have a little laughter, man, during these trying times, man. Live your life, laugh. Just have fun, man. Have a little entertainment going on, and everything will work out fine.
That's right. That's words of wisdom right there, brother J.
Absolutely. Now, I know we got another caller on the way, if not, but I'm finna go ahead and give you my score prediction as promised.
Okay.
The Saints will win this game on Sunday. Let's say 42-21.
Wow, I'm loving it.
Let's just say that, because just kind of for Jalen Hurts to get more familiar with that offense. But we already know what's going to happen at the end. We already know what's going to happen at the end. Saints go 11-2 on Sunday.
That's what I'm talking about, brother Jay. I love it.
And in closing, on top of that, now we already clinched the division. We already clinched the playoffs last week. We're the first ones, like I said before. We're the first ones that got the playoff spot. Now for this Sunday, if everything goes well, we will be declared not one, not two, not three, but 4-time NFC South champions.
That's right. Never been done before.
It never have, BQ, ever happened before. But Sunday, we will make history if it stands. Only thing we need is a Yucks loss to the Bye Queens, us beating the Eagles. That's your dagger right there.
Love it. We got it.
Now the untouchable OG has spoken.
And he has song too. He's song too today.
Yeah.
Brother Jay, I appreciate you, bro. That was great, man. Great call today, bro. Fantastic energy as well, man. We appreciate you, man, as well. Brother Jerry, always dropping the knowledge. Appreciate you chiming in, my friend.
Anytime, Big Q, and I will be tuning in on Sunday for the in-game stream as well as the post-game stream.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you being there, my friend, and I'm gonna see you then, bro.
Yes, sir. Oh, one last thing. 2 rushes.
First down. 2 rushes.
2 rushes.
First down. All right, brother Jay. Thank you, man. You have a good one, my friend.
You too. And everybody out there, once again, I love each and every one of y'all. Who that to everybody. I love you all. Y'all have a great weekend, and I will see y'all on Sunday. Who that for life?
Who that for life, brother Jay in the building. Thanks, brother Jared, for chiming in. We got 2 more. We're going to squeeze in. And then on top of that, we're going to call it a wrap. I got a Pelican post-game report we got to stick in there and do on tonight. So we got 2 more calls we're going to give. We got Trey Joseph, and then we got brother Big Low Country. All right, Trey Joseph, welcome to the show, my friend. Big ups to you.
What's up, Q? Can you hear me clear?
I can hear you good, my friend. Welcome to the show.
What's up? All right. I got a few things. I'm going to keep it nice and concise.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to Inevitable. That was a great call. I want to start with the Latavius Murray thing.
Okay.
I'm going to need everybody in the chat, all the family members, if Sean Payton doesn't give the ball to Latavius Murray a minimum of 12 times, I'm going to need everybody in the chat on his neck. I'm going to need y'all to tweet him, Facebook him, send him a postcard if you have to. I'm going to need y'all on his neck because that is the wrong thing to do. This man carried us to a victory in Denver, and you don't give him the ball? You give him the ball 5 times? Well, what kind of disrespect is that?
I know. I said that, bro. Like, what? This man rushed for over 120-something yards in the score. He was a big chunk of the 228 you put up on the Broncos. Next game's, 5 carries for like 12 yards or something? Like, what? But, hey, bro, that's how I do.
Me.
I know.
That drove me.
You definitely could have used that extra to finish off that game too, Trey.
It would have been over with. The 2 minutes left we had in the game would have been over with. He would have got the first down and 4 rushes, and it would have been over with. Second thing, our O-line. I want to see who is going to be in that right guard slot. It better be Cesar Ruiz. We need him to get good. We cannot bench him for Nick Easton. That's just Nick Easton is cool. He's more than serviceable, but we spent a first-round pick on this guy. I want him to get some playing time. He's not hurt. If he's hurt, let him sit down. But if he's 100% healthy, I'm gonna need him in that right guard slot. Just right now, because when Drew gets back, he's gonna be crucial to making sure Drew Brees does not get hurt again. Him and Andrews Pete. I have faith in Armstead and Ramchick. I've seen them get beat only like a couple of times when they're healthy. But the 2 guard spot is our weakest spot on pass block. Run block, best in the league, without a doubt. I have faith in them 100%.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm with you on that, Trey. That Ruiz thing is absolutely insane to me. Uh, it was messed up from when he said go, and I'm telling you
Yeah.
when they drafted him, I was like, you don't know how much pressure you putting on that dude. This is a Super Bowl or bust team, and you got a rookie on the offensive line for your 41-year-old quarterback. That is pretty risky, but
He
but
just
he did it.
was a center. He was a center. That's why his pass blocking isn't as strong as it needs to be because he's focused more on guard. I mean, or running the ball, and guard is more like I have to pass block. Like it's just me and a mano a mano. I get some help from my tackle, but it's mostly me a mano, and that's where he struggles in his pass blocking, which is fine. He stepped up from center in college to a guard as was a Pro Bowler spot. Like he's playing some difficult football right now. I understand that he's gonna struggle. That's cool. But I don't like taking him out and destroying his confidence like that. Even though he was responsible for getting Drew hurt, he missed that block. But we just gotta you roll your dice. That's the hand you dealt to yourself by
Right.
getting rid of Larry Warford.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth thing or the third thing, the Williams brothers. Them boys, PJ, I'm 100% in Edible's corner. He needed to be gone 4 years ago. TJ should have been gone, but he's not going anywhere now because he made that play on Julio. It was him and Marcus. So Sean Payton saw that and was like, oh, okay, I guess he can stay on the team a little bit longer. Hopefully, the salary cap makes him get cut. I mean, I'm not wishing any downfall, but he needs to be gone. Like he's TJ burnt toast Williams because every time he gets in the game, whoever's playing quarterback, like I've noticed it doesn't even matter who's playing quarterback. They're going to sing, oh, they don't see number 26 in the game. We watch a lot of film. We know this guy is toast every time. I'm about to start targeting him. And it's just, I can't, it's hard to deal with. If one of our main corners goes down, it's just an awful time for us.
Yeah,
And I think that was
well, Trey, that's a lot, bro, and you right on point, bro. You ain't getting rid of PJ. He cheap, and he has a niche here with the Saints. They're familiar with him, and I've been saying for a long time we needed to go out in the free agency and get Mo Peterson or Tremaine Johnson or one of these veteran guys that actually have a little skill to him. But PJ is flawed, and he's not even, he's not. I don't see any great improvement in PJ, and I studied the hell out the tape with PJ. Same stuff all over again. Same. If I was a defensive back coach, I'd stay fussing at PJ because if he practicing like a champ, it damn sure ain't getting over onto the field. I mean,
at all.
yeah. We joked about it. Swade said it in the last broadcast when he asked him. He ordered a PJ Williams jersey. I think that was T Dirty. He asked me he had a PJ Williams jersey. Swade asked the man, "Did it come pre-burnt? Did it come pre-burnt?"
Every time.
Yeah, it had a little smoky smell to it. Yeah, it did like that. Yeah, it came pre-burnt because PJ stayed toasted. Why? Because PJ is fundamentally flawed in covering people. He grabs them a lot, and you grabbing them like that because you're not confident in covering them. You grabbing and doing that because that's basically, if you slick with it, that's one thing. You have skill to it when you can play the ball, but that's not how it's supposed to go. We all know that. That's why PJ stayed getting burnt, man. He stayed getting
He reached
toasted.
at the air, and then by the time he reaching out the air, they're already past him.
But bad fundamental. And I don't see how Aaron Glenn and all them dudes do it. I be watching the tape like, damn, how this man ain't burnt more than what he being burnt by. I mean, he's like, he could be burnt. It's just technique is not good, bro. That's why they try to convert him to a safety to save him and then say he's smart. And that's the first time I heard Peyton say that. And PJ been here for years. I ain't know, in my listening to him, he kept using the terminology smart and that he's versatile. That's two times you don't use that for PJ because you can say whatever you want about PJ Williams playing the cornerback and safety position. He don't play. He plays he don't play either one of them extremely well. So you can't call him a jack of all trades. You can't say he's a Taysom because at least Taysom go out there and have an impact. You got this other guy. He come out here. He getting burnt as a safety and burnt as a cornerback. How the hell is he versatile? Versatile. The jack of all trades thing only works when it's a positive, not a negative. You're not a jack of all trades if you failing in both things that you're doing. you're only a jack of all trades when you're doing well or doing positive at multiple things at the same time or in the realm of the same time frame. So I mean, what can I say about PJ? But PJ is doing well enough right now where we're gonna have to rely on PJ because Patrick Robinson is down. And you're gonna have to
That
you
is
got to deal with him.
scary.
You
That
got to
is
deal
so
with him, bro.
scary. Like
I know.
in
I
a
know.
playoff situation, and like the jump ball, the jump ball in Atlanta. If that's a playoff situation, I just know that we're gonna lose that game. Like if this same thing happens in the playoffs, it's an automatic.
You can't
L.
put
Like we
yourself in that.
cannot.
You can't put yourself in that
No, we
position, Trey.
cannot do that.
Can't do that. Can't do that, bro.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here, Q. I appreciate the platform. You're doing great. All the positive energy you put in your platform is gonna pay off. I see the family growing every day.
Thank you, Trey, man. I appreciate you being in the family, bro. Much love to you, cuz, and your support. And calling in, chiming in with great commentary as usual, my friend. Who that to you?
Who that to you, Q?
Appreciate you, bro. That's Trey Joseph chiming in. Big ups to Trey. Up next, we got Big Low Country, our Falcon family member. And then we got Brother Paulie behind him. And we're going to kind of move a little faster. I got another show to do, but I want to give a shout out to a few of the family members on Facebook chiming in on this thing. We got Moose. Big ups to Moose out there. I see you, Moose. Big ups to your fam. And Brashard Prime, big ups to you. So big ups to Moose and Brashard on Facebook chiming in, watching the show, and the rest of the family members as well on Twitch and all of the rest of the stuff that we in that building. So big ups to the rest of the family chiming in. Gonna bring in Big Country. Big Country, welcome to the show, fam.
What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, brother?
What's going on, my friend? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, man, rise up to you, brother. Rise up to you.
Big Lord, it's all love, bro. So I rise up to me and who that to you, my friend. So welcome on in.
Okay, I can take that, brother. I can take that, man. Hey, man. Hey, I was just checking in with you, because I got an alert because I just found your show not too long ago, man. So I got an alert that you were on. I was actually on my channel doing a live film study talking about how bad the Saints whipped up on us. I had to eat that leftover crow from Sunday. So, I'm over here with my feelings hurt over here, man.
Nah, don't be like that, bro. That's already over with, bro. And the future, bro, we just gotta look at the future, bro, because there's plenty of games where the Saints was on the wrong side of the Falcons now. It wasn't that long ago where the Falcons were able to have a deep playoff run of their own. So, I mean, listen, we done felt both sides of the fence, let me tell you what.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You ain't never lied, man. I think that's what makes this rivalry so unique, because it's one of those situations where, sometimes one team gets the best of one team, the other team but it's just that camaraderie, man, between the two cities, man. You just got to love it. You got to love it.
Yeah, it is that, bro, and I really enjoy it too, man. And it's a really good rivalry, and a lot of the family members come out. They call it hate week, but at the end of the day, the majority of the people with good sense understand and respect each other.
Oh yeah. You already know, and I do want to shout out to like all the fans, all of your fans and the family members out there that I be chatting it up with in the comments. I just want to holler at y'all. Much love to all the Saints fans, man. I really enjoy your show, and I did want to talk to you about something though, brother.
Go ahead, go with it, Big Low.
Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. This ain't because I'm a Falcons fan, because it's all love, but I think y'all might take the L this week, bro.
Okay, break it down, Big Low.
Well, the reason I say this is because anytime you play a new quarterback, especially a new athletic quarterback, you don't got that much film on him. It's always a tough situation because he's a wild card. He's an X factor. We've seen it multiple times. We've seen it with Colin Kaepernick. We've seen it with Lamar Jackson. We've seen it with Taysom Hill. It's hard to handle those guys that can run and can throw, and we don't know what they're going to do, what kind of formations they're going to line up in, what kind of sets they're going to line up in. So I think that coming off of that tough rivalry game this week and then going to a game that should be pretty easy next week, it might be kind of tough. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Well, bro, big low, man. And I was looking at Hurts too, bro, and I'm familiar with him since his SEC days, and then him leaving to
Mhm.
go with Oklahoma. And I was telling the family members early on in the first segment that the guy presents some interesting challenges for you do, and of course they said early on they had to go back because ain't nothing really to study on him. They had to go back and look at his college film to study him. So I
Yeah.
mean, but truth be told is um, his versatility is something. And he can throw the ball and he can run the ball, but he hadn't been there long enough to have a chemistry with that synergy with his offense yet. And then
Mm.
the real crucial thing, Big Low, I think the Saints have a big advantage on is the line play, both offensively and defensively. I think that our offensive
Yeah.
line will be able to run the ball against their defensive line, which they give up 130 yards a game on the ground.
Yeah.
We are averaging. We're the sixth or seventh best rushing team in the NFL. I think we can cabal them there. And the thing about Jalen Hurts that really kind of makes me think a little extra is we have to contain him. We can't let him leak out the pocket because
Exactly.
he can make plays with his feet. He can extend plays downfield. We can't let him do that. We're gonna have to run containment plays. We got to keep him contained to that pocket the best way we can. We got to ruffle his feathers literally out there because if he got weapons, enough weapons to make it interesting. With the Saints hurt, the Zach Ertz is back in there with Goddard, and they got wide receivers that are pretty decent wide receivers. With Elshon
Mhm.
Jeffrey is returning for this game, he's 100%. So the Eagles are fighting, and then they're 3-8. They're trying to. There's a
Yeah.
desperation to stay alive for the playoff race in the NFC
Yeah.
least. So there's a bunch of things we have to watch out for with Philadelphia. But the Saints are playing for
Exactly.
something to close out.
Man,
So yeah,
they
we gotta
playing some
watch
good
that. So
ball.
your concerns are more are warranted, no doubt.
Yeah, because you were talking about Jalen Hurts, squeaking out of that pocket.
Hmm.
I think the benefit that y'all have in this particular situation is that your defensive ends, especially Cameron Jordan, he's one of the best guys that I've ever seen. Play that containment and set that edge. Me and my wife, we sit around and we watch tape like it's movies, and
Oh, that's
whenever
awesome,
I
man.
yeah, yeah. And whenever I talk to my players, I talk to them about, making sure you set that edge, make sure that you take care of home before you get home. I always pull up that tape of Cameron Jordan, man, because that boy, he makes sure that everything's taken care of first,
Yep.
keeps those arms straight, then he
Yep.
goes. He goes hunting. And you gotta love it, man. It's beautiful. So I think that's where y'all got that benefit at, just like you said on that defensive line play.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now we're gonna be down Malcolm Brown. He's not gonna be playing, which is our true nose tackle, who's a
Mm.
tremendous space eater for us. But we have Sheldon Rankins, who's gonna be stepping up and playing more. We have Shy Tuttle and Malcolm Roach, who you'll see in the contest. So the Saints have been just really been blessed and gifted enough to be able to have interior defensive linemen that are guys that have the ability to push the interior. And that's something
Yeah,
that's special. Owen Yamada is damn near unblockable. So is Sheldon Rankins when he's
yes,
playing out of control. So, I mean, you got those
yes,
guys in really good reserves. So, we were very
yes.
fortunate in having guys that not only just suck up blockers, but have the ability to reroute the line of scrimmage, move it 2 yards back of the original line of scrimmage. And I impact that because that offensive line, people look at, and I was looking at the Eagles and saying, why are they so bad? You know what I'm saying? I got
Yeah.
a partner of mine that's an Eagle dude, D Mac. Big ups to you, D Mac. And D Mac was, I had a talk with him last week. It was about the Eagles. It was before we played them, and
Hmm.
and I was looking at, and I went back and looked at the film. Offensive line is not together. That's why Carson Wentz looks bad
Yeah.
like that. That offensive
Yeah.
line, he getting knocked around back there, and they blaming that guy. You can't go look at the tape. That offensive line is not protecting Wentz. Several of the key offensive linemen are on the IR, and they're suffering. And I think the Saints will take advantage of that and run the ball against the
Yeah.
defense. So I mean, when you dominate in the line of scrimmage, that pretty much sets the tone for the game, and we can be able to
Right.
control the clock. We just have to stick to that game plan.
You right. You right. And I think it's one of those situations because I always look at it. If a team doesn't do one thing this week, the next week they're going to make sure they go to that well multiple times. So uh, last week y'all didn't run the ball that much. I know Kamara busted that 40-yard play, and Taysom, he busted a couple of plays, but like just hitting them, it's kind of like the previous guy said. Murray, he really didn't get a chance to eat last week, and I think that he's definitely going to be trying to get fed this week coming up. So I mean, I think y'all can get the win, but I'm just saying now, don't. I think it might be closer than y'all think. Yeah, all my who that's out there, I ain't got nothing but love for you. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those situations where I'm just calling it, kind of how I see it, kind of a situation.
Well, this is the Great Saint Think Tank, bro, which means that this is a collage of ideas, and we don't all have to agree on the same thing. That's the beauty about it, but we all respect each other's opinions in here. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's the great thing about this, man.
Definitely. Now I got one more question for you before you let me go, brother. One more question.
Yes, sir.
All right. So next year, I'll come to New Orleans for the Falcons Saints for hate week. I need to know, where can I go to a good tailgate? That's what I need to know.
Oh man, bro. I mean, it's hard on that Big Low, because with all of the C-19 stuff, bro. And
I know
I
it.
think that's going to kill a lot of that, bro. A
I
lot of the
know it.
tailgates. So, and what I'm seeing now is an uptick in the cases and all that
Yeah,
kind of
I
stuff.
heard.
So, yeah, it's going to be tough on the tailgates, man, because they're
Yeah.
trying to shut the bars down now.
What?
So all that's going on, bro. They restricting them, and sooner or later, if it gets any higher, they're gonna talk about shutting them down. So, yeah, we got to get through this stuff, bro. We got to
Yeah,
get through
I
this
know it.
stuff, bro, and before we can get back to doing what we do, bro. But there's so much going on, bro. It really is. But it's a
I
shame,
know
bro.
it.
But I can't
I
even.
know.
I mean, I can't even tell you, bro, because I can say off top, it's starting to shut stuff down right now. So I don't know if that'll
Man,
be something that you would do, but never know, Big Low. I mean, when we
yeah,
get closer to coming, bro, hit that question again, bro. Things might open
yeah,
up, and I might have a better answer for you than what I just said,
definitely.
bro.
Definitely, man. Well, look, man, just like you said, the C-19 is crazy and everything.
Mhm.
All the family out there that's listening, y'all make sure y'all wear y'all mask, man, because look, this real, man. This is real out here.
Yeah, it
And
is.
make sure you wear yours too, because we everybody want to keep getting this great content from you, brother.
Bro, I got one, bro. I got one here. I got one that we got them at the pro shop, bro, and I got one here that I got here that I usually use when I drive around in my car. But I got my
Oh,
children them and everything. So I mean, yeah, we
that's
got it, bro.
great.
We do it, bro. So you're absolutely right on that, Big Low.
That's great, man. Well, hey, man, thank you so much for letting me on. And look, for any Saints fans that want any type of Atlanta Falcons content, or just look to see how bad we've been doing, make sure that y'all check me out at Big Low Country Sports on YouTube. Every day after every game, we always chant 1, 2, 3 Cancun, because that's what everybody's trying to do. Everybody's trying to get Cancun after the season.
Big Low, appreciate that, bro. Everybody, bro, and a lot of the family members do like to check in with the Falcons family. Y'all heard Big Low, man. You're a good dude, man. Check his channel out, man. Big Low Country. It's Big Low Country Sports, bro. Is that how I go, Big
Yes,
Low?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And I'm sorry, y'all, that I spelled country wrong. I'm from the country, so it's spelled Kuntry.
No, that's fine, bro. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect, though, bro. That works.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, man, but I'm gonna hit you up, sometime later, because I definitely like to, just chop it up and see if we can get together sometime online and do something, man.
All right, sound like a winner, Big Low. Do that, bro. The email to contact us here, it's a group email, but they do give me the emails. It's the PRO Media Network at gmail.com, bro. If you don't have that, I think you have that. I'm not certain, but if you do, you can feel free to shoot whatever messages or try to hit me up on any. I'm all over the place, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, wherever you're comfortable at. But email, you can reach me there as well too.
Much love, family. Much love. Hey, man, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get to, everything else. Thank you so much for letting the old dog jump on the talk with you, man. Rise up, A-Town down.
Thank you, Big Low. Who that to you, Big Low? Who that, Big Low? Big Low, who that, baby? Who that, Big Low? That's right, Big Low. We're going to turn Big Low into a Saints family member. We're going to turn him into one. I promise you that much. Big Low, listen. We're gonna make sure we're gonna turn you into a Saints family member, Big Low. Big ups. Thank you, Big Low. Much love to you, brother. All right, we got brother Paulie. Brother Paulie, welcome to the show, my friend. How you doing?
What's to say about it, Q?
What's up with you there, brother Paul? How you doing?
Oh, I'm sitting here looking how y'all were. I like how y'all were critiquing PJ Williams there.
Oh
I
yeah.
tell you, there's just so many aspects to this thing, Q.
Break it down, brother Paul. This is the Friday show, bro. You got the floor is yours, my friend.
And I would try to be brief. I know you got to get on to the other broadcast, but the quarterback position, you couldn't ask for a better marquee matchup, Q. You just really couldn't. Because you're gonna have two quarterbacks that are mobile, two quarterbacks that are quick, two quarterbacks can throw, that can run. Man. The defense, both defenses better be ready. That's what I see. Q, what you think?
Yeah, it's gonna be something, bro. Ain't no doubt about it, man. I mean, because these are like they have a Taysom Hill too, but he's not a physical Taysom Hill. He's a speed guy.
Right.
He can run. He can hit you too, but he ain't nothing.
Almost
He ain't nothing like Taysom.
just a little difference here and a little tweak here and there. You know what I mean?
It's like a little bit better. I ain't gonna say a little bit better because he a lot better with throwing the ball than Taysom is. He had a lot more opportunities to throw that thing in college. So, I mean,
Right.
to me, in terms of what Jalen Hurts is he's a weapon, man. He's dangerous, and
Yeah.
and you're you can't let him get outside the pocket. You can't let him because he'll bust off runs like Taysom does against the opponents. And you will see to a degree how it is to play against a guy like Taysom Hill. Because
You're so right,
a
Q.
lot of his
And if
traits
I
mirror
know,
that.
yeah, and if I know Doug Peterson like I think I know him, the first thing I think he's gonna try to do, Q, is come out there and establish a run. Sean Payton, you don't realize that a lot of coaches have watched him over the years. And some type of coach, I think one of the most, insulting things can happen to you as a coach during a game is for the other coach to try to beat you with your own stuff. You know what I'm talking about, Q?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That pisses Sean Payton off too when he tried to do that. Try to
Boy,
beat him with his own stuff. And that would get Payton riled up very dangerously to come out
yeah.
his skin.
He just like you say, he's just like that peanut. He comes out of shell. He just start doing stuff and coming out with the wishbone and all this kind of stuff. Man, look, you got to stick with your game. If the opposing coach try to beat you with your own stuff, then you ought to be able to stop it, Q. I
Correct.
mean, that's your stuff.
Yes, sir.
How you can't figure out how to stop your play that they
Right.
run against you?
Right.
And so like I say, it's just I think like I say, I don't think it's a trap game, but Philly they go come out and pull some stuff, man. I really believe I see them snapping it to the running back, the up back. Oh man, they like you said, they ain't got nothing to lose. They gonna let their hair down, let it all hang out.
Yeah, and that's a part of it. And the Saints, we're gonna go up there. We know that, like I said, we're gonna say it. The part about it is, simplify the game, family. All we have to do is run the ball because we can run the ball on them. We will run the ball on them. If we stick to that, the Saints can dominate the offensive line and the defensive line. The line of scrimmage is ours. We ain't even step up in the place, and I know that we could dominate them based on the performance. Now, they're saying that they can't take it up a bit because they're going to actually ratchet it up as much as they can because they face an extermination. Right, they facing the elimination right now, so we know that they'll come with a certain air of desperation and a renewed confidence in the team because Hurts is there and Wentz is not. They didn't have any confidence in Wentz, and it showed. They're going to be a more vibrant Eagle club, no doubt about it. But the Saints still win this game at the line of scrimmage. We have to run the ball to neutralize whatever pass rush they're gonna do. We can't let Taysom sit back there with the ball, and he has to be decisive and get rid of the ball. And don't get me wrong, I think we should run, but we should also operate the play action and get vertical. We need to test that secondary because their best corner man is banged up. So if he's guarding Mike or we need to take shots downfield. Emmanuel Sanders, Deontay Harris will be back in the game. He's another speedster. Kamara, if you need to put him out there, hopefully we'll see some Ty Montgomery in the mix as well. So, I mean, we have to be able to get vertical against the Philadelphia Eagles secondary and also be able to run the ball to establish the line and control the clock. Sean Payton comes out and throws 37 times against the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think that should be the game plan against the Eagles because you don't want to have them guys teeing off on Taysom and knocking them around, causing fumbles and all that kind of stuff. Run that damn ball and limit the opportunities that Taysom has in terms of him being a runner. Let Latavius Murray run the ball. Let Elvin run the ball. Even put Ty Montgomery in there. Give him a little burn if you have to. But we must be able to limit the amount of possessions that Taysom Hill has out there. If anything has showed you something, that you are extremely fortunate that these turnovers haven't ended in a way that was really disastrous. Remember, you had the Taysom trying to throw the ball through defenders, and they came in there, and then, of course, the guy called it a fumble forward, and that was a turnover when you were supposed to score on that drive. And then what about the time when the guy caught Taysom and batted the ball out? How did that drive end? So I'm saying we can't do that. And that is strictly on the back of the coach. If you're running the ball and you're using the fullback, you're using the tight ends, don't play no games up there on the road with Philadelphia. Dominate the line of scrimmage using the run, limit Taysom's attempts, and keep it nice and methodical and consistent and conservative in terms of running the ball, dominating the line, and allow that defense to keep rested so they can continue to abuse and ruffle the feathers of one Jalen Hurts. You don't want Hurts hurting your ass in the end, is what I'm saying. But go ahead, brother.
That's true. You right, Q. Like I say, Jalen get to running around in that pocket. He start hitting people. Cam can't chase him all day, you know. So the other, like I say, Oyamada and Shy Tuttle and them, they're gonna have to get the pressure. Granderson too. I want to see him coming blasting off the edge because you're gonna have to try to corral him. One person ain't gonna be able to stick with him. You know what I mean? That's why I'm glad Quan Alexander. We might have to put him. Dennis Allen might have to have him out there spy for some of the game. Maybe not all the game, but you don't want DeMario trying to do that either because that takes away what he's trying to do. And even as alone, he can come out there and get 2 or 3 tackles. You're going to need everybody to try to do this. It's going to have to be a team effort on defense and offense, Q.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's the Saints have been doing this for some time now, and I don't think the Eagles disrupt that. I mean, the defense is going to keep doing it. Remember, a big part of the defense is Marcus Davenport is back. He's healthy. He had 3 tackles in that game before he came down with the concussion a week ago. He was out he was out for a full week. He's back, and it's a month into he hasn't been there before. Remember, Marcus Davenport hasn't been here late in the season, and this is a first for him. True. So having him there is a plus, and I expect, and something keeps instinctually I'm pointing me toward. I'm very instinctual, and something keeps centering, pointing me to Davenport. And I say, family, listen, watch out for Davenport. I'm getting that.
I think you're gonna get about at least 2 sacks. I just came in my mind.
I'm just saying,
you said that.
Right. I'm just saying, Davenport. Watch out for Davenport.
Gonna be firing off over there too. I like that. That reminds me of old Ricky and Pat Swilling. You remember that? They always had a thing. Meet you at the quarterback. All right, let's go.
Let's have a meeting at the quarterback. That's right. That's right. And they did it better than most.
They get to fire it off, and I'm telling you, man, they beat the tackle before he got out the stand. Good, man. Lord.
They had great snap anticipation. Those guys knew how to did it. That's how Ricky Jackson knew when that ball was coming out of there. When that guy hacked it, he had that guy beat before he even set his leg back.
So would. I'd be like, man, it's Pat Swilling, that speed up that other side. Oh, man. Woo, then you had Vaughn and Sam Mills coming at you up the middle. Man, you just, and like I say, the D-line, Wayne Martin, Jim Wilkes, and all them, they tee off in the middle too. So, and that's the defense that, that I've been looking for. And it's finally got, I don't know that. That's just like I call the Dome Patrol 2.0. That's what I call it.
Yeah, that's the best.
Defense.
We have some great names that some of the family members were saying the other day on the last show, man. It was a lot of great names, man. One of my favorites was the Bless You Boys, and that was an old school one.
good.
I
Yeah, it was
like that
good.
one. I like that one a
But
lot. I
you
was
know
like,
that was the mantra when they went to the playoff the first time and got blown out by Minnesota. That was
that
just
won't,
old son, bless you
but
boys.
that won't be the case this time, brother Paul. We're gonna be the ones that be knocking them off this time around.
Oh, yeah. But it did get this still too cute. Like with the Dog Patrol, the secondary, even back then, the secondary was up and down, same kind of scenario. You know, the Dog Patrol, a lot of times the Dog Patrol got beat called the secondary. Toy Cook, Vince Glenn, Vince Buck, and all them, and
Oh,
PJ Williams and all them. It just like I take Dave Wayman for example. I used to watch him. Cute. Dave Wayman wasn't a great cover guy, but Dave Wayman could do. He had three things he could do. First of all, Dave Wayman had good instinct. He just I remember John Madden used to always say he had a nose for the ball. He just seemed to know where that ball was going, and he would play the ball. I noticed he didn't hardly get a lot of pass interference and all that because Wade would always at Q. If I could count the time where he almost had the interception, batting the ball away or diving for it and couldn't get it. Just think if he'd caught half of them things. Because what people don't realize, one year I think Dave Weber had like 9 interceptions for the Saints, and he was playing cornerback. You know,
yeah,
and then after the 49ers, they moved into free safety. And I mean, he went crazy. You know,
yep,
but like I say, he was a great cover guy, but he had instinct, he could hit and he could
yep,
get interceptions.
yep.
That would saves you back there. But PJ don't do that. That the only reason I'm gonna tell you about Barker Will. That's the only reason Barker Will is really hanging around. He will get those interceptions at time. But PJ, he ain't gonna make the tackle. He ain't gonna get the interception. And he may bat the ball away every now and then, but most of the time he getting beat. I mean, you just can't keep doing that and think you're gonna still be a starter on any team. What you think?
I think you're right, brother Paul. I mean, he been faking it till he make it here for a while now. We know PJ
Oh,
maxed out for what he was gonna do 2 years ago. I said this the best he gonna get,
right.
and he is. I don't see any improvement in his coverage skills at all,
Mm.
man. I mean, and if I
And
like I said, if I
coaches
was,
hate that kid.
I mean
They hate that
seriously,
when they see they coach you and you just not get no better.
but how
Like the
can
more they coach you, the more you digress. Coaches hate that.
right, but how do I mean, but if I'm the coach, I got no choice. If I'm Aaron Glenn, I have no choice but the coach to do. I mean, look what you giving me. I mean, it's not like you giving me Keith Washington Jr., who's a
Right.
blank easel, a unmolded piece of clay where we can build
Right.
him up correctly with fundamental, abilities. This guy hadn't seen
Right.
the field all season long, and that's a shame.
True.
Where you could be able to get a young cornerback in here right now, get him some reps. Because you mean to tell me, well, they won't rely on these defensive backs, but you rely on the guy that gets consistently burnt because you're familiar with him and his consistent burnings. That he won't
Right.
be that you'll get burnt, but you won't get bad burnt to the point where you just lose your kitchen, which means that
That's true.
the whole house won't burn down with PJ Williams.
Right.
You might PJ Williams
Coaches
will
like
get burnt, but you'll lose your kitchen, but you won't
we
lose your
right,
whole
but you
house.
know what? That's just like yeah, you show right. That's just like DJ Swear. Swear's not a great cover guy, but he's got that reputation around the league that man he'll light you up. He'll hit you. If you catch him right, he gonna light you up. But PJ don't have that. Ain't nobody afraid of him. He don't do
Mm.
nothing to make quarterbacks avoid him or running backs.
Mm-mm,
And that's sad.
they look at him. That's what Matty Icy Hot was doing last week. Matty Icy Hot was scanning the field and finding number 25 and going right at him or whatever his number
Right
is.
at him,
So
he
I
was
mean,
throwing right at him.
because he understands, like,
Whew.
well, if I can see it, I know they can see it. It's like, why
So
would I
listen,
take a chance throwing at the laddy daddy when I know I
right.
can go over here? This guy,
Lord
if I go to
Jesus,
him,
right,
I know that
right,
guy get the catch. And it's not a snide against PJ Williams, but
right.
Patrick Robinson is not going to play in this game. PJ Williams will. And PJ
Yep.
Williams is going to be the guy that'll be in there. He'll play in there at the fourth position, the fourth cornerback, because you have your healthy cornerbacks. You got Laddie Daddy there, Jack Rabbit's back, and Chauncey Garner. That's your three.
Okay.
So the fourth guy is going to
Okay.
be PJ Williams, and plus PJ Williams will get an opportunity to play at the cornerback position and at some safety. They want to see him play safety, so you'll see that. So him being out, you do gain back. Jack Rabbit is going to be activated, so you do get your starting three back in this joint. But like I said, that's what the Saints live with. It's like, listen, PJ Williams is the kind of cornerback that he, he if he gets burnt, you won't lose your whole house, just your kitchen. And they say, well, listen, we can clean out and remodel the kitchen. The kitchen need to be remodeled anyway. If it burns, then we can get brand new appliances. So he's a benefactor in that. But you most certainly don't want to. Now, Ken Crawl is the one that burned your whole house down.
That's really Ken Crawley burned the whole house down, and guess what? You ain't got no fire insurance.
Nothing. Brother Paul, he burned down your house and then a large part of your backyard with it. You can't do nothing with him.
I'd rather go get Bistro and Toy Cook and get him a try than to put Ken Crawley out there. Oh no, man. Time to do something.
I've been saying Ken Crawley before you walk it. Because in my opinion, he's still crawling. He was walking a little bit and then he went back to crawling. And the Saints got him up out of here. But I mean, if I'm Aaron Glenn, I'm like, look what you're giving me to work with. What is this? Ken Crawley, PJ Williams, Patrick Robinson? What is this? What am I running here? A reclamation home for burnt out cornerbacks? What the hell am I doing here? And then you got Keith Washington Jr. sitting there and he's just not doing anything. So, I mean, we just been stuck with these guys because whatever reasons, I don't know what the hell it is. We overpaid to bring Patrick Robinson back. I don't get
you
it,
look
man.
at JT Gray just as hard, and you get them, you ain't got too much difference. So I mean, you just can't keep, like you said, you can't keep getting these the Dollar Tree people and expecting them to play like Pro Bowlers. That's just not gonna work, Q.
Nah, you get a little bit out of them, but the problem is with a lot of those guys is confidence. Because if you look at them from a physical standpoint, they look like football players. And they have the ability to play in the league. That's number one. But it stops right there. Because the rest of it is mental. And then it also ties to heart. You got to have enough up in your head and in your heart to understand that getting burnt is not a good thing if you're a cornerback. You got to understand that it's not, when you get burnt, that is a dishonorment to you. And you should spend more time on your craft working on how you put hands on cornerbacks the correct way. And I just don't understand. Maybe if you was on a shitty team where you didn't have good cornerbacks, well, you couldn't learn that sort of thing. But you have Jack Rabbit, who has great instincts. You got Laddie Daddy there. I don't understand why they should be the first dudes to practice and the last dudes to leave practice. There's no way in shape or form. They should give PJ Williams the key so he can lock the building and open it up. That's how PJ should have the key, the janitor. They might as well say, get the janitor, get your keys to PJ Williams and Ken Crawley. Why? Because they're gonna be the first in here and the first in here and the last to leave. That's what they should be. There's no way around that, man.
It's amazing, Q. It's amazing, Q. I'm looking at the old 20. Let me see. The old 2012, 2013 schedule. And I know it's the only players that are still from that team are Drew Brees. You got Teron Armstead, Cam Jordan. Let me see. Patrick Robinson and Thomas Morstead and Malcolm Jenkins. They're the only players still left from that team. Now, if anybody ought to have some say-so in the locker room, it should be them. Because they're the only one left over really from that Super Bowl team, Q, if you really think about it.
Yeah, not too many people left from that team, man. And
that's amazing, Q.
Yeah, and I mean
Kenny Vaccaro, Keenan Lewis, Jabari Grip.
Gone.
Jabari Grip. Now Jabari Grip wasn't no great cover guy either. But he could hit, he got so many picks.
He was smart.
That made a lot of quarterbacks not want to throw his way too. He pick you off.
Jabari was smart, and that's the thing that really helped him out. But the bad part of his game was injuries. Man could not stay healthy.
He would get hurt. Yeah, he would get hurt.
Him and Keenan Lewis formed a really good, solid, smart veteran cornerback tandem. Keenan Lewis was a really intelligent player. Had a lot of heart. Big heart, intelligent.
Till you hurt that knee.
Right. And he played on that bad knee for the Saints, and then he came back the next year, and they got rid of him for that. And he was talking about contract, and it just ended badly. See, that's why I say sometimes you got to be careful about that, because you expect the team to treat you a certain way, and you go all the way out, and they don't go all the way out for you. So you don't be good to nobody or faithful to nobody that ain't gonna be real to you. I mean, if you show your realness and you do that, and they don't reciprocate that, that's a sign, fam.
That's a true, sign, man.
Because whatever you giving should be able to bounce right off of them, like if they was made of rubber. I mean,
That's
the
true.
reality, what you giving is what you get. If they ain't giving you back positive, man, get the hell out of there, man. Like, just move them on out your way and tell them you can't hang around me, man. What? Because, man, you ain't
That's
you
so
got to go.
true.
I mean, it's the
Like I said,
but Paul, this the
I'm
isn't that the time for this though? I'm seriously right now.
that is
This the time of right now is the era of time right now where all them negative people, and I ain't talking about somebody that disagreeing with you. I'm talking about on some real stuff. Somebody that's just a big ball of negativity. Let them be on to themselves and miserableize themselves. Let them sit there and
that,
make themselves miserable. They'll realize sooner or later, you know what? Nobody don't want to hang around me. I got to change my ways. I'm running everybody off. Let them be. You can't get that
that's
away
so
from you.
true, Q. That like Stephen A. Smith and Cola Cowherd. That's why I don't believe in sitting there ripping people, Q. Because when you rip somebody, you the Bible say, whatever measure you meet will be measured back to you. You reap what you sow. Don't go out there and trash and run somebody else down. They do it to you. You sitting there crying. Why they talking about me? Well, they should. Well, think about what you just said about everybody.
Right.
You
It,
don't understand that reciprocity. You reap what you
it
sow.
is reciprocity. That's right. And that's what we stand and and I put myself up there too, brother Paul. Because I go after Kyle,
Mhm.
I go after Kyle Patty Cowherd and Skip Skeletor
Yeah,
Bayless and Dan
yeah.
Orlovsky and all these
They
other
just
clowns. When
rip
they talk
people.
about the
I'm like,
Saints, when they talk about the Saints
yeah,
and they say something asinine or ridiculous, I do go and defend my Saints. Yes, I do. I do.
you got
But
to.
then I talk really, really hardcore on the referees and too, and I tell them get on here and talk to me then. Come on.
That's true. Yeah,
If you
that's
disagree
true.
with me, this is the Great Saint
Yeah.
Think Tank. You can get on here and voice your views. Come on up here. What you
You're
got?
right,
What you
Q.
put it up here.
Because
But
if it
then
ain't true,
come
why
on.
you ain't trying to defend it
Right,
then?
come
If it
on
ain't
up here.
true,
Come on up
explain
here. Like
yourself.
like my like my
Yeah.
grandpa used to tell grandpa used to tell me, come on up here. You wanted to pop you upside the head.
Well, you know how
But
some
he,
people like to throw their rocks at you and hide their hand. You know how that is.
but I tell you, that's what he did me when I was a youngin. He said when I did
uh,
something I had to do, when I did something wrong, he said, come on up here. Pop you upside your head one good time.
yeah, and sometimes Q they hit you before you can answer. Well, Mama, why you hit me? Because I knew you were getting ready to
Yeah.
lie. I just hit
One
you and know I'm serious.
I'm gonna tell you something. One time I felt like I was in the spaghetti western. One time, man, when I said so. When I was a youngster, and I said something
uh,
smart to my mom. It wasn't even nothing bad. I just called her by her first
really?
name. I called her by her first name, and that was the wrong thing to do.
Oh yeah, you know
And
they
and
cute. They ain't cute.
my
You
mama,
call
a
mom
lot
and dad
short.
about a first name?
Oh yeah.
No, that was
And I
what?
was just messing with her, but she was a lot. My mom's a lot shorter than I am, but she walked right up to me with her hands on the side, and she said, "What you said?" And I said such and such, and she went, and then next thing I know, my face was slapped, and her hands never left her side. That's all I know.
She
And
slapped you so fast like lightning. You didn't even
I
see
said,
it.
it was like an old Bud Carson movie or something. I don't know what the hell happened, man. The only thing I know is like it was something from you. They called me Trinity or something. And last thing I know, I looked and I was like, her hands was never left her side. Like, man, what the heck? What happened? But let me tell you
Like Rick
something
Pryor
fast.
said, hit me,
Oh
say
man.
Kataya. I said, I didn't even know it was coming. Felt no
Man,
lightning hit
man, I
me.
ain't know her hands. I swear her hands never left her side. But my face was slapped like hell. I tell you one thing. All right, but
Oh,
brother Paul, I thank you for chiming in, my friend. I
oh
appreciate you.
yeah,
Give me. You said give me a score. What was the score on the game, brother Paul?
yeah. I was thinking. I believe I'm pulling with the Saints. I believe they're gonna win this. I'm looking at 31-21. I don't think we're gonna be. They're gonna be able to shut the Eagles out. I believe the Eagles gonna get some points. But like I say, hold them to maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns, but don't don't play the game close. That's what I'm that's my thing. I'm looking at Q. Saints don't need to go up there and play that game close because like I say, every time we get in close game, them dirty zebras start throwing flags on us and they make it harder than what it need to be. And then Coach Payton start just coming unglued, doing stupid stuff, and makes it hard. And we don't need to put him in that position. He don't need to put himself in that position. And I don't need Will Lutz going up there missing no kicks. Because like I said, Q, in a close game, you need every point you can get. Sean Payton know that.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, and that's a part of it. We just gotta stay focused and we gotta stay fundamental, man. And Taysom, of course, the onus is going to be on Taysom to hold on to the ball. That's quite evident
Yeah.
after the Falcons matchup, and prior to that, the Broncos matchup. That is definitely the onus on him with that one. With and the fumble, which wasn't really a fumble in that game. That was a bad call in my opinion. And of course the fumble that went out of bounds. So I mean,
Right.
we've taken some
And he
chances,
took
but
an
we
interception too.
right.
That that almost was a guy
Yeah.
dropped it. So,
Right. So you gotta
keep
be
doing
able.
that, get away with that.
We have been, but we got to be able to run the ball too, and that's folly on us because at least 5 or 6 of those carries that Taysom had when he had like a 13 or 14 carries in that game, at least half of those should have went to Latavius Murray after giving you 120 plus yards in the Denver Broncos game. With a one, you reward him by a 5-point carry. The next game is asinine and ridiculous, man.
Like you said,
You can't do
that
them
was a
like that.
40 burger key.
That's
That
totally
was a 40
ridiculous.
burger.
That was a
But
third.
I
Supposed to be a
always
third
said
one, yeah.
it just don't seem to register with Sean Payton. When we say running the ball Q, that don't mean Taysom Hill 14 times. It ain't registering with him.
No,
When we say running the ball, we talking about Murray, talking about Latavius, we talking about Montgomery,
We
not
talking about
Taysom Hill.
running
And
backs,
he
Coach
just,
Payton.
he getting it crossed up for some
Well,
reason.
I mean, it's easy for him to run it that way because if you look at it, majority of the running plays come out of passing plays or the runner. Maybe I put it a little bit more clear that a lot of the run scenarios come out of passing formations. Like it looks like a passive formation, and then it's a snap, and then Taysom tucks it, and he end up running. And that's easy for Peyton to do, is to call those type of plays when it look like it's coming out. Right, that's how it plays. So when you call in power wide formation and jumbo packages like I would like it, where you can mug it, that's a whole nother thing. And he has to be in the right mindset to call that. If he feeling like he gonna throw the ball 37 times, you can forget that jumbo package. You can forget all of that. He'll give you that maybe twice a game. But when you need it late in the game, that late game management, and even if I say Coach Payton get the Holy Ghost in the wrong way, in those moments, like in the last game, there should have been somebody there to pull his coattail to say, Coach, we don't need to do that. We need to stick to the run. And notice nobody did that because they don't have nobody there doing that, which is another one of my stern critiques of people around you who cannot pull your coattail when you're doing erroneous stuff that can end up costing you to the game. That's
so
one
true.
thing to have that guy, but you got to have somebody among you that you give the ability to pull your coattail when you're going too far.
You
got to have that.
And another thing too, Q. I'm gonna let you go, but Trump ain't got to get better than this 2-minute offense late in games. He just really getting terrible at that.
Right. Yep. Got to clean it up. We got to clean it up. I think we don't have to be perfect to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they'll play some flawed ball, but we just got to run. We just got to do what we know we can do. Right. We just got to do what we do, which is play ferocious defense and run the damn ball and make smarter decisions with the plays toward the back end of the game, and you come out with a double-digit win. If you do those things, you win. If you'd have done it the way what we were saying the last few minutes of the Atlanta Falcons game, you'd have put up a 30-burger on Atlanta. It wouldn't have even went that way. It went that way wrong because you wasn't supposed to do it like that. That's not fundamental smart football. You got away with it. You got away with that Russian roulette that time. They ain't have no bullets in that gun that time. But where do you spend that goddamn chamber next time?
The hammer gonna drop one day. You know, dodge it time.
That's right. You keep playing that Russian roulette if you want to and see what's going to end up bad for you one of these days. Can't do it. You got to be smart and fundamental. But once again, Brother Paul, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you chiming in, bro. And I'm going to see you on Saints Central on Sunday.
All right, now, who that? Go Saints.
Who that to Brother Paul and who that to you. And I'll see you later.
Thank you. Thank you, fam.
Same to you, bro. Peace. That's Brother Paul chiming in on that thing. Much love to Brother Paul and the rest of the Great Saint Think Tank for being on that thing. Much love to you guys. Big ups to you. Louis, I see you. Louis Lombard, Tuck Graff, Demetrius Simpson, Saints fan. Who else we got there? Give our shot. Troop Hurts, TP. What's up, fam? Thomas Sutherland, Tyrone T-Bone. What's up, fam? Who that to all of y'all guys? Appreciate y'all being here. Dr. Drew. Who that to you, Dr. Drew? Good to see you in the chat as well, my friend. Big ups to you as well. Joe Law. Good to see you. Roy Baker. Damone Horton. Trey Joseph, thank you for your call, my friend. Abraham, Closed Caption Studios, and all of Hank. What's up, Hank? Who that to you as well? Good to see all the family members in that Scoob, my dog Scoob as well. Teal and everybody. Good to see y'all in the chat. Robert Clark. Big ups to all the family members, and thank y'all for being with me with 3.5 hours worth of the Sports Coma coming at you live and direct. Before we go, family, I'd like to let the family members know that we have several new shirts that's coming out at the Pro Shop as well. We got the 2 rushes first down, but also the Trust the Peyton shirt is out in the pro shop, and also my favorite shirt, what I call is a Trust Fundamental Football. My take is the Trust Fundamental Football. That shirt is also available. Plus the new Sports Coma diehard black and gold snapback is also available in the pro shop as well in several different colors, shirts, colors, sizes, unisex. They also have the hoodies, is all that's available. The link is in the description section as well for the pro shop to get the latest gear. Also, big ups to the family members as well to sign up for the Pro Radio, which is free, but it's our alternative platform in case YouTube's goes down. We broadcast from Pro Media Network's Pro Radio, which the link is in the description section below. All of the shows of Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, and the rest of those current shows and older shows are all available in radio format. The Pelican Post Game Report, Ring Kings Boxing, as well as Tough Tiger Talk, all are available at Pro Radio. Link is in the description section. And also, if you believe in the platform and you like what we're doing, you want to join up, become a patron. Become a patron at patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. We have 7 donation tiers, starting with $1 a month on up, depending on what your love is or what you want to do. And also, when you sign up for the Patreon page, you get access to TSC Q&A Live, which is a show we do on Tuesday for our Patreon and YouTube members. And also we got 30 plus shows of that on there. And it's also On Cue with Big Q, which is a real show we do with news related stories as well. We do as well. There was supposed to be a show. I'm working on the format right now, family, so I hadn't forgot about it. I'm working on a format of On Cue with Big Q, and I might drop a show tomorrow sometimes on Saturday and drop some news and notes on you guys. Now I'm still kind of see what's a good day for it, being that Saturdays is probably going to be a good day for it with LSU. It got 2 weeks left, and that's the only time I really broadcast on Saturday with the LSU's Tough Tiger Talk show. So Saturday could be probably a good day for On Cue with Big Q, which is a live broadcast when we talk about that real. So if you're interested in that, go to patreon.com/the Pro Media Network and sign up, and you'll be there. Once again, big ups to all the family members for being here. Thank y'all for another fantastic show, man. On this one here, Week 14, Saints versus the Eagles, full game breakdown. I appreciate all of the family members who called in, who chimed in. Thank you guys for joining the stream tonight. Much love to you. Please hit the like button if you aren't a subscriber. Subscribe and join the Great Saint Think Tank tonight. We do this every day except for Saturdays. Sundays, the next show, just to let the family members know, the next show will be on Sunday, where we'll do Saint Central. That's right, all day on the channel. We'll be covering it, the pre-show before the game, then the actual in-game stream, and then the post-game stream. All that's on Saint Central on Sunday. So join us, and we had a lot of great new family members that joined us there, and we'll be doing it there. We also will be live streaming on Twitter and Twitch, Facebook, Twitch, whatever else. So, I mean, it's all in there. So check the community section out of the page, family, for sales. We're having a holiday sale that's extending from now until the 31st of this month, where you can get a sale to go to the pro shop. If you was looking to get some gear from the pro shop and show the platform some love, you can go there now. Check out the community section of the page for discounts on pro apparel, and check out the new post that were put up for new apparel that came out, new hats, new t-shirts, the Trust the Peyton shirt and the hoodie in several different colors. And there's also the Trust the Fundamental Football hoodie and shirt as well in different colors. Unisex stuff is good for the women and men as well. Very durable, good stuff. And like I said, I wear all the pro apparel, family. That's what I'm draped down in, pro apparel. We got the mask and everything. We got the Great Saint Think Tank mask, and we got the Sports Coma mask. There's several different masks at the pro shop. The hats, and like we said, all type of gear. I am black and gold royalty. A shirt's one of my favorite as well. All that's available at the pro shop. Literally hundreds of dozens of products are available between 2 pro shops. Check it out. So anyway, I appreciate y'all for chiming in up in this thing. And I'm going to holler at y'all later on Saint Central. And for the family members who love the Pelicans, listen, most people don't know, but we do a show called the Pelican Post-Game Report. That will still be on tonight. I'm getting done with this show a little later than what I usually do, but there will still be a Pelican Post-Game Report. So if you're a Pelican person, chime in on the Pelican Post-Game Report. Go to the Pelican Post-Game Report channel, or simply go into the description section below and find the links to our other shows. The Pelican Post-Game Report will be on tonight. We'll be covering Pelican talk and talking Pelicans, you heard me? So thank y'all for subscribing and being here. Thank y'all for hitting the like button, and I'll see y'all later. Who that tonight?
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl.
You're listening to the Sports Coma.